contact them prior to that hearing.
Do I post $1,000 today to get out?
Once you post it, you'll be released. If you don't post it, so you can contact a bail bonding company and have them post it, or you can contact family or friends and have them post it with the jail.
How do I contact them without a phone?
There's phones out there that they'll allow you to use.
And they'll give me the numbers for bail bonds?
There's usually a piece of paper posted right next to a lot of the phones, and it's got lots of different bail bonds, and you can call a couple to kind of see which ones you want to work with.
And how do I get my debit card or credit card to pay for it?
So they will not release your personal property until after you've been posted the bonds. So you have to work with the bail bonds company on see how they'll work that out with you. I'm not sure exactly, but they come across that all the time.
If I can't pay the $1,000, when will I get out?
Your next hearing is February 5th. You'll meet with your attorney at that time, and they can present.
I got to get out now. I got to go to work.
So if you don't post, February 5th is the soonest date you would be released. If you post the bond, once it's released, they'll process you out of custody.
Well, I'm going to try and post it then.
Okay, all right, perfect. Thank you. Brianna Lulig to the podium, and George Petrus to the chair. Good morning, ma'am. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Brianna, Lulig, 12190.
Thank you, ma'am. And it does look like we have 4 cases on the calendar here this morning, and 3 of them are probation violation warrants. They've alleged you violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation. I'm going to appoint an attorney in those cases and set a probation revocation hearing February 3rd at 8:30. That does apply to all 3 of your probation cases. In 2 of your cases, you have a secured appearance bond of $100. In the 3rd probation case, it's $150. But you have a 4th case on the calendar, and it looks like that's an Eloy Municipal Court warrant. It looks like you maybe failed to either complete some classes or pay some fines on a false report to law enforcement charge coming out of the Eloy Municipal Court. I'm going to appoint counsel in that case as well and set an arraignment hearing in the Eloy Municipal Court on January 30th at 8:30 a.m. In that case, you're going to have a $50 secured appearance bond. So between all 4 of your cases, you're going to have a secured appearance bond of $400. If you post that bond, you have written conditions of release you need to comply with, and you need to make sure you attend those hearings. You will need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Dates, times, locations of those hearings will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions? Okay, if you'll step to your left.
Where is it at?
So the probation revocation hearings are in the Downtown Superior Court on 201 West Jefferson, and then the hearing for Eloy will be in the Eloy Municipal Court.
So where's Jefferson at? In Phoenix?
Downtown Phoenix, correct. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. If you'll step to your left, they'll give you your paperwork. George to the podium, and Jerica Whitley to the chair. Good morning. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Good morning. My name is George Petrus, 11/19/1999.
Thank you, sir. And it does look like we're here on a new Superior Court case. It does include 1 count of retail theft of merchandise, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of theft control of property, a Class 6 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I am going to appoint an attorney, and I'm going to give you some hearings in the Downtown Superior Courthouse. You're going to have a status conference on February 11th at 8:30. and a preliminary hearing on February 13th at 8:30. I am releasing you today to pretrial services. So what that means is when you get your paperwork here in a minute, you're going to have a list of written conditions you need to comply with. It is going to include not returning to the scene of the crime, no contact with any alleged victims, witnesses, or complainants, and you may not return to any Target store. In addition to that, it's going to have an envelope. In that envelope is going to be your instructions for pretrial services along with their phone number. Once you're released, you need to contact them. And then make sure you attend those hearings to avoid any failure to appear warrants. Did you have any questions?
I do. The hearings, are they all day?
They're not typically all day. However, they do schedule a lot of people at the same time. So I would anticipate being prepared to be there until noon.
Okay, thank you. That's my only question.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Jerica Whitley to the podium and Monica Rodriguez to the chair. Good morning, ma'am. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Jericho Whitley, 102490.
Thank you, ma'am. And it does look like you have two cases on the calendar. The first one is a Goodyear Municipal Court warrant, and it appears it's for a failure to pay some fines related to an offense date back in 2019.
I was... Okay.
I'll go ahead and go through everything, and then I'll give you an opportunity.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay? In this case, you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel due to the nature of your charges, but I am going to give you an arraignment hearing in the Goodyear Municipal Court, and that'll be on February 12th at 1 p.m. in the afternoon. In this case, I am releasing you on your own recognizance. That's your promise to appear at that hearing. You'll need to make sure you attend to avoid a future failure to appear and risk of being held on bond at the next time. You also have a second warrant that was issued out of the Ironwood Justice Court, and it looks like that is also for a failure to pay some fines related to an offense date of March 1st of 2021. Again, you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel due to the nature of your charges, but you can hire an attorney at your own expense. You are going to have a hearing in the Ironwood Justice Court for an arraignment hearing on February 18th at 9 a.m. I am again going to release you on your own recognizance in this case. Both of your paperwork is going to include written conditions of release, dates, times, location, as well as the court's phone numbers for those hearings. Did you have any questions?
No, Your Honor. I previously, my house had burnt down, and this is the reason why I quit the payments. And I'm currently pregnant, and so there's just been a lot of, things going on, and that's why I haven't been making the payments.
Okay, when you just go to those hearings to make sure you can get something set back up with the court who has the fines, and then you can get back on track with those, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, if you're to your left, they'll give you that paperwork.
Thank you.
Thank you. Monica Rodriguez to the podium and Vincent Nicholas to the chair. Good morning. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Monica Rodriguez, 31181.
Thank you, ma'am. And it does look like we're here on a new municipal court case coming out of Goodyear Municipal Court, and it's for one count of shoplifting removal of goods. Due to the nature of your charges, you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel, but you can hire one at your own expense. I'm going to set a hearing in the Goodyear Municipal Court for an arraignment hearing on February 12th at 1 p.m. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's your promise to appear at that hearing. You're going to have written conditions of release. Those will include not returning to the scene of the crime, no contact with any alleged victims, complainants, or witnesses. Date, time, location will be listed in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, just to your left, they'll give you that paperwork. Thank you, ma'am. Vincent Nicholas to the podium and Alfred Gomez to the chair. Good morning. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Vincent Nicholas,
And your date of birth.
6/29/91.
Thank you, sir. And it does look like we have a municipal court warrant that you're here on, and it comes out of the Peoria Municipal Court.
Yes.
And it's for an offense date of April 15th, 2024, and it looks like it relates to driving with a suspended license and a false report to law enforcement.
I wasn't driving, but yes.
You may have failed to appear at a hearing. It's a little bit unclear what the warrant was issued for.
Yeah,
but I'm going to give you a hearing in the Peoria Municipal Court. It's an arraignment hearing on February 18th at 9 a.m.
Okay.
Due to the nature of your charges, you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel, but you can hire an attorney at your own expense. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. It's your promise to appear at that hearing.
Okay.
Your paperwork will include your written conditions of release, along with the date, time, location, and phone number for that hearing. Did you have any questions?
No.
Okay, if you'll step to your left, they'll give you your paperwork.
Thank you.
Thank you. Alfred Gomez to the podium. Ms. Alta Morano to the chair. We have Mr. Alfred Gomez.
Alfred Gomez. Right there. Sorry. Okay. He's standing there with Mary in the headbox.
Good morning, sir. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Alfred A. Gomez, 11576.
Thank you, sir. And it does look like we're here on a new Superior Court case, and it lists one count of burglary in the 3rd degree, a Class 4 felony. I am going to appoint an attorney to represent you and give you some hearings. You're going to have a status conference on February 10th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on February 13th at 8:30. For purposes of this hearing only, I am not finding probable cause for the charge that they have submitted for today. That does not mean that the charges are being dismissed. The state still might move forward with these charges or correct the statute that is listed. So what that means is you still need to appear at those hearings, because if you don't, they will still likely issue a failure to appear warrant. Because I'm not finding probable cause on the charge here today, you are being released. So here in a minute, you'll get your paperwork. It'll include the date and times of those hearings. Did you have any questions?
No.
Okay, just up to your left, they'll give you that paperwork. Good morning. Do we have an interpreter on the line?
Yes, I'm the interpreter.
Thank you, sir. And it does look like we have 3 cases on the calendar. Are you available for 3 cases?
Yes, I'm available.
Thank you. If we could get Miss Alta Morano to the podium.
Right there.
Good morning. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Dulce.
Buenos días, ¿me puede dar su nombre y su fecha de nacimiento?
Dulce Roxana Altamirano, Félix, y abril 17 de 1982.
Dulce Rosana Altamirano Felix, April 17, 82.
Thank you, ma'am. And we're here on a grand jury warrant.
Gracias, señora. Y está ante el gran jurado.
It's for offense dates from November 15th, 2021 to May 14th, 2022.
Y es por una ofensa que va de noviembre 15, 2021 a mayo 14, 2022.
It includes 1 count of conspiracy, a Class 2 felony.
Incluye un conteo de conspiración hacia 2 delitos.
1 count of illegal control of enterprise, a Class 3 felony.
Uno de control ilegal de entretenimiento en 3 delitos.
And 4 counts of money laundering, a Class 3 felony.
Y 4 conteos de lavado de dinero en una clase de delito nivel 3.
I am going to appoint an attorney to represent you.
Voy a apuntar un abogado que la represente.
And I'm going to set an arraignment hearing on February 4th at 8:30 in the morning.
Y voy a asignar una audiencia preliminar el día febrero 4 a las 8:30 de la mañana.
You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $25,000.
Tiene una fianza de comparecencia asegurada con la cantidad de $25,000.
If you post bond, you'll have written conditions of release you'll need to comply with, and make sure you attend that hearing on February 4th.
Si cumple con esa fianza de comparecencia, tendría la indicación por escrito de la autorización de cumplir con la asistencia a esa audiencia de febrero 4.
Did you have any questions?
Sí, sobre lo de la fianza, se tiene que pagar, por ejemplo, en la audiencia de febrero, del 4 de febrero.
Yes, regarding that bond, do we have to pay on that hearing on February 4th?
You need to post the bond if you want to be released from custody. Otherwise, you'll remain in custody until at least the next hearing.
Debe pagar esa fianza si quiere salir de custodia. De lo contrario, permanecería en custodia hasta esa próxima audiencia.
Okay.
If you'll step to your left, ma'am, they'll give you your paperwork.
Y ya, de todo, le daremos los documentos.
We can have Mr. Ortiz Reyes to the podium.
Y el señor Ortiz Reyes al podio.
Good morning, sir. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Buenos días, señor. ¿Cuál es su nombre y su fecha de nacimiento?
Jesús Ortiz Reyes y mi fecha de nacimiento es 8/27/1985.
Jesús Ortiz Reyes, 8/27/85.
Thank you, sir. And it looks like we're here for a new Superior Court case.
Gracias, señor. Y parece que estamos aquí bajo un caso de la Corte del Tribunal Superior.
It includes one count of dangerous drug violation, a Class 4 felony.
Esto incluye una ofensa de un conteo por violencia de drogas con un cargo de clase 4 de delito grave.
One count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony.
Interpret again, I'm sorry, what was the class number again?
Class 6.
Thank you. Un conteo de tener parafernalia o con clase de delito mayor, delito grave número 6.
And one count of failure to show a driver's license or ID, a Class 2 misdemeanor.
Y un conteo de fallar al mostrar una licencia de conducir, un delito menor clase 2.
Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you.
Causa probable ha sido encontrada, así que voy a asignar a un abogado para representarle.
You're going to have a status conference on February 11th at 8:30 in the morning.
Pasaría a una conferencia asignada el día febrero 11 a las 8:30 de la mañana.
And a preliminary hearing on February 13th at 8:30 in the morning.
Y una audiencia preliminar febrero 13 a las 8:30 de la mañana.
I am releasing you today on your own recognizance. That's your promise to appear at those hearings.
Le estoy dando autorización de salida con su propio entendimiento bajo palabra de que promete asistir a esas audiencias.
Your paperwork will include written conditions of release along with the dates, times, and location for those hearings.
Los documentos tendrán las condiciones escritas, la fecha, del horario y la locación de esas audiencias.
Did you have any questions, sir?
¿Tiene alguna pregunta, señor?
No, todo está bien.
No, all good.
Thank you. If you'll step to your left, they'll give you your paperwork.
Gracias. Si pasa a la izquierda, le darán sus documentos.
Gracias.
If we could have Mr. Jimenez Torres to the podium.
Vamos a pedirle al señor Jiménez Torres que pase al podio.
Good morning. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Ramón Alejandro Jiménez Torres, 19 de febrero de 1997.
I'm sorry, I wasn't able to gather that. Is it okay if interpreter ask him again?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Señor, ¿cuál es su nombre y su fecha de nacimiento?
Ramón Alejandro Jiménez Torres, 19 de febrero de 1997.
Ramon Alejandro Jiménez Torres, February 1997.
Thank you, sir. And it does look like we're here on a new Superior Court case.
Gracias, señor. Parece que estamos aquí bajo un nuevo caso del Tribunal Superior.
And it includes one count of aggravated assault, impeding breathing, a Class 4 felony.
Esto incluye un conteo de asalto agravado, un delito mayor, clase 4.
And 2 counts of disorderly conduct, a Class 1 misdemeanor.
Y 2 conteos de conducta desordenada, un delito menor, clase 1.
Probable cause has been found, and I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you.
Causa probable ha sido, se encontró causa probable, así que se le representará un abogado asignado.
You have a status conference on February 3rd at 8:30 a.m.
Tiene una conferencia del Estado agendada a febrero 3 a las 8:30 a.m.
and a preliminary hearing on February 5th at 8:30 a.m.
Y una audiencia preliminar febrero 5 a las 8:30 a.m.
You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $15,000.
Tiene una fianza de comparecencia asegurada con la cantidad de $15,000.
If you post bond, you'll be released to pretrial services and equipped with electronic monitoring.
Si paga la fianza, se le sería dado a salida hasta la audiencia preliminar y se le colocaría un monitor electrónico bajo servicio.
You'll also have written conditions of release, which include not returning to the scene of the crime and no contact with any alleged victims.
También tiene condiciones escritas bajo salida que indican no ingresar en la área de la escena del crimen y no tener ningún contacto con la víctima, con la presunta víctima.
Did you have any questions?
Ninguna.
¿Tiene alguna pregunta?
No.
If you'll step to your left, they'll give you your paperwork, sir.
Si pasa a la izquierda, le darán los documentos, señor.
¿Qué?
If you step to your left, they'll give you your paperwork.
Si pasa a la izquierda, le van a dar los papeles.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Gracias, señor.
All right, I think that concludes all of our matters that need an interpreter. I appreciate your assistance this morning. You may disconnect.
Thank you for our service, Your Honor. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye, thank you. Case number 15, Ruben Austin Reyes, date of birth November 22nd, 1987. Will proceed as a house call due to Mr. Reyes being combative. We are here on a new Buckeye Municipal Court case for 1 count of disorderly conduct, a Class 1 misdemeanor. Probable cause has been found, and I am going to appoint counsel in this case. I'm setting an arraignment hearing in the Buckeye Municipal Court on February 18th at 2 p.m. I am releasing Mr. Reyes on his own recognizance. It will include written conditions of release, which include not returning to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any of the alleged victims, complainants, or witnesses. If anything changes after I meet with them, I will update the written record. Case number 24 on the calendar, Agostino Tuminia, date of birth June 10th, 1980, will proceed as a house call directly after this due to him refusing orders. We are here on a new Superior Court case, and it does include 1 count of dangerous drug possession for sale, a Class 2 felony, 1 count of dangerous drug possession for use, a Class 4 felony, 2 counts of narcotic drug possession for use, a Class 4 felony, 2 counts of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, a Class 4 felony, 1 count of possession or use of a weapon in a drug offense, a Class 4 felony, 1 count of theft control of stolen property, a Class 6 felony, 1 count of disorderly conduct, a Class 6 felony, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. For purposes of this morning only, I am not finding probable cause as to the 1 count of dangerous drug possession for sale, nor am I finding probable cause for the drug paraphernalia possession. I am finding probable cause as to all the other counts, and I am appointing counsel. I'm setting a status conference on February 3rd at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on February 5th at 8:30. I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $5,000. If bond is posted, there are written conditions of release that need to be complied with. If anything changes after I meet with him, I will update the written record. Case number 8, Gerald Fuentes, date of birth November 24th, 1981, will proceed as a house call due to bizarre behavior. This is a new Superior Court case, and it does include 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony, and 1 count of shoplifting, removal of goods, a Class 1 misdemeanor. Probable cause has been found, and I am appointing counsel. I'm setting a status conference on February 11th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on February 13th at 8:30. I am releasing Mr. Fuentes to pretrial services. His packet will include an envelope with instructions along with written conditions of release. If anything changes after I meet with him, I will update the written record. Case number 6, Nicholas Bainbridge, date of birth May 5th, 1976, will proceed as a house call due to him being combative. We are here on a new Superior Court case, and it does include 1 count of narcotic drug possession for use, a Class 4 felony, 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony, 1 count of disorderly conduct, Class 1 misdemeanor, and 1 count of criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, a Class 3 misdemeanor. For this hearing only, I am not finding probable cause as to the narcotic drug possession. I am finding probable cause for the other 3 charges, and I am appointing an attorney to represent him in this matter. I'm setting a status conference on February 11th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on February 13th at 8:30. I am releasing him on his own recognizance. That's his promise to appear. His paperwork will include written conditions of release along with the date, time, and location of those hearings. If anything changes after I meet with him, I will update the written record. We will now stand in recess until the 8 a.m. calendar.
Letters on 8133, call 9477.
You say that.
All right.
Folks, you can have a seat. Hi, Mr. Castellanos. Are you able to hear me okay?
Yes, Your Honor, I am.
All right, I'll go ahead and do our initial DNA and fingerprint advisement. We'll go ahead and bring in our interpreter member.
Okay.
All right, good morning. I'm Commissioner Procco. This is the 8 a.m. initial appearance calendar for January 27, 2025.
Muy buenos días, yo soy la comisionada Parco. Este es el calendario de comparecencia inicial de las 8 de la mañana para el 27 de enero del 2025.
The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar.
Las órdenes judiciales que se emitieron en el calendario del primero del mes de este año para la comparecencia inicial para la toma de huellas digitales y muestras de ADN van a aplicar a todas las audiencias de hoy.
When you hear your name, please step up to the podium that's in the center of the courtroom.
Cuando escuchen su nombre, por favor, pasen al centro de la sala, al podio.
At the end of your hearing, you will be receiving some paperwork, and that will cover everything we go over in here. So that'll include your next court dates as well as your release conditions.
Al final de su audiencia, usted va a recibir un papeleo que va a cubrir todo de lo que vamos a hablar el día de hoy, incluyendo las fechas de sus próximas audiencias judiciales y sus medidas cautelares.
For those of you who will be out of custody prior to your next court date, I do recommend contacting the court in advance of that date so you can verify your hearing details.
Para todos aquellos que van a estar en libertad antes de su próxima audiencia judicial, les recomiendo que se pongan en contacto con el tribunal antes de su próxima audiencia para verificar los detalles.
And please keep in mind that you do have the right to remain silent. Everything you say in the courtroom is being recorded, both audio and video, and could be used in a future court proceeding.
Por favor, tengan en mente que tienen el derecho a guardar silencio. Todo lo que están diciendo aquí se estará grabando por audio y video y puede ser utilizado en una audiencia en el futuro.
We're going to begin with Felix Arias Diaz. Sir, if you could step in the courtroom.
Vamos a iniciar con Félix Arias Díaz. Señor, por favor, si pasa a la sala.
Buenos días.
Good morning.
All right, and Mr. Castellanos, I'll let you go ahead and do your appearance and we'll begin.
Yes, Your Honor. David Castellanos from the Office of the Court Interpreter.
Thank you. And Mr. Arias, if you could state your full name and date of birth, sir.
Señor Arias, me dice su nombre completo y su fecha de nacimiento, señor.
Félix Leonel Irías Díaz, 1998.
Felix Leonel Arias Díaz, 1998.
All right, thank you, sir. You are here for a new case out of Superior Court. It is alleging one count of unlawful flight from law enforcement, which is a Class 5 felony.
Bien, se lo agradezco, señor. Usted se encuentra aquí debido a un caso nuevo del Tribunal Superior. La pretensión es un punto acusatorio de evasión ilícita del orden público, un delito mayor de clase 5.
The Public Defender's Office has been appointed to represent you in this matter, and you currently have 2 court dates that will take place at the Superior Court located in downtown Phoenix.
Se ha nombrado a la oficina de abogados de oficio para que un abogado le represente. Usted tiene 2 audiencias judiciales próximas que van a ser en el Tribunal Superior en Downtown de Phoenix.
And those are a status conference February 3rd and a preliminary hearing February 5th, both at 8:30.
Y estas audiencias judiciales son una consulta de actualización el día 3 de febrero y una audiencia preliminar el día 5 de febrero. Ambas son a las 8:30.
In this matter, given the nature of the offense that you did attempt to flee from law enforcement in this matter, you do have a bond, which is a $750 secured appearance bond.
Para este caso, debido al carácter de la acusación, que es de evadir ilícitamente al orden público, en este caso se va a fijar una fianza de caución real de $750.
Do you have any questions regarding the information that I just went over?
¿Alguna pregunta sobre la información que acabo de repasar?
No. Si yo pago la fianza, no salgo en libertad hoy, no.
If I do post the bond, will I be set free today or no?
If you're able to post bond today, then you would be released from custody unless you have any other holds. I'm not aware of any.
Si usted deposita la fianza hoy mismo usted será puesto en libertad, al menos de que haya alguna retención por alguna otra razón. Yo no estoy consciente de que haya alguna otra retención.
¿Cuál sería la otra retención? Dígame.
What would be the other hold? I'm sorry.
If you have another offense pending in another court, if you have a federal hold from a different jurisdiction, so there's all sorts of different holds that you can have in jail, you can ask the officers to see if a hold is showing up in your paperwork.
Sería si usted ha cometido otro ilícito, hay algún otro caso pendiente en algún otro juzgado o algún otro tribunal, si hay alguna retención por parte de las autoridades federales en otra competencia territorial. Puede haber muchas razones por la cual uno puede tener una retención. Usted le puede preguntar a los agentes si en el papeleo de usted aparece si usted tiene una retención.
Es que le explico, como yo soy inmigrante, ayer me tomaron mis huellas digitales, entonces al momento de quizás salir, pagar la fianza para salir libre, me puedan llevar migración.
I wanted to explain, it's just that I'm an immigrant and they did take my fingerprints, and I'm worried that if I post bond, once I do get set free, immigration comes and picks me up.
That is something that could occur, but it is not something that this court has any control over, nor do I know what they'll be doing in your case, because that's completely separate from this matter.
Eso es algo que podría ocurrir, pero esta jueza no tiene ningún control sobre esas cosas, ni es algo que sabemos que va a suceder o no en el caso de usted.
Okay. ¿Y para pagar este dinero, dónde sería?
How can I post the bond?
Ask the officers in the back. They'll be able to let you know how that process works.
Pregúntele a los agentes de atrás. Ellos le van a poder explicar cómo funciona ese proceso.
Okay.
All right, if you want to go and step over to your left, you can go ahead and have a seat at this time. Thank you, sir.
Puede pasar hacia su izquierda y tome un asiento, señor. Gracias.
And can you just check to see if there's anyone else here who does need the assistance of an interpreter? That's the only one I have marked.
Yes, Your Honor. ¿Se encuentra alguien más en la sala que requiera asistencia de un intérprete de la lengua español? Si pueden levantar la mano, el que necesita asistencia de un intérprete.
No hands? All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate your assistance today.
My pleasure, Your Honor. Have a nice day.
Thank you. All right, so we've got Edwin Pierre. Nanaba Hoingwa will be up next. All right, you do not look like Mr. Pierre. All right, looks like we skipped two. All right, Hoingwa. All right, go and state your full name and date of birth. Hey, please state your full name and date of birth.
Hoingwa, 83103.
All right, you are here for a warrant that was issued out of the Navajo County Superior Court. So this is for a probation warrant that was issued out of that court. So in this matter, they were notified that you were arrested on the warrant, did indicate that this was still a valid warrant that they would extradite on. You currently have an arraignment hearing set January 29 at 8:30. That's going to be at the Navajo County Superior Court. You'll get the address provided in your paperwork. So in this matter, it is a violation of probation warrant. It is also a non-bailable warrant as a result of that. All right, that's pursuant to Rule 7.2 and 27.7 of the Arizona Rules of Criminal Procedure. So at this time, you are going to be held in custody, which means they do need to come to transport you out there in order to attend your court date, okay? Do you have any questions regarding that information?
No.
All right, if you want to go ahead and step over, you can go ahead and pick up that paperwork so you can have a seat. All right, so do we have Mr. Pierre? And then after that, I have Alkins, Sebrian. Hi, Mr. Pierre, go and state your full name and date of birth.
Edwin Anthony Pierre. Your Honor, I have medical issues that I've had to be going back to the hospital, and they said they would have to hold me for like 10 days.
All right, that's an issue that you can discuss with the jail. They do have health services here, so they'll be able to address any medical needs that you have. But at this point, I do need your date of birth.
It's 8/16/81.
All right, thank you. You've got two separate cases here today. The first one is a new case out of Superior Court, which does allege one count of possession of dangerous drugs, which is a Class 4 felony. In this matter, I did receive a DR, or incident report. This is from the County Attorney's Office, who did provide this from Phoenix PD. This was reviewed for probable cause purposes only, and probable cause was established in your matter. The Public Defender's Office has been appointed to represent you. You currently have 3 court dates that are set. That's going to be a status conference January 31 at 8:30 a.m., evidentiary hearing February 3rd at 1:30 p.m., and a preliminary hearing February 5th at 8:30. Those are all going to be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. In this matter, because you were on felony release, and the other case that we have here today, you are required pursuant to Arizona law to be held without bond at this time. That means you are not eligible for release on the new charge that just came in. So that is why we set the evidentiary hearing. That's on February 3rd. That's the court date that we set in order to allow the court to review those specific release conditions. So your next case that we have here is going to be the bench warrant that was issued in your open felony matter. That case is now set for a status conference January 30 at 8:30 a.m. The bond in that warrant's been affirmed. That one has a $2,500 secured appearance bond. You'll get paperwork for both of these matters. Looks like you already have it there. It's going to have all the information that I just went through. Do you have any questions regarding either of these two cases?
Yeah, I was already out on bond. I was out on bond already. Okay. The judge she had something that she had to take care of, so she went out of town for a week, and my court date was set on a holiday.
All right, you are more than welcome to address that with the next judge that you go in front of and speak with your attorney about any issues there. But your primary hold is the new case that came in. Because you came in on a new charge while being on felony release, you're non-bondable either way.
Yeah, I know.
Any additional questions?
That's fine.
All right, if you want to go ahead and step over, you can go ahead and pick up that paperwork and have a seat. All right, so we have Mr. Sebrian, and Shane Yazzie will be up after that. All right, sir, your full name and date of birth?
King Sebrian, March 2nd, 1991.
All right, thank you. So you've got two separate cases here today. The first one is a new case that'll be out of Superior Court here in Maricopa County. The charges that have been submitted are one count of possession of narcotic drugs for sale, one count of possession of dangerous drugs for sale, both Class 2 felonies, one count of possession of a weapon during a drug offense, and one count of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, a Class 4 felony, one count of possession of narcotic drugs, one count of possession of dangerous drugs, Class 4 felony, one count of possession of drug paraphernalia, one count of possession of prescription drugs for sale, both Class 6 felonies, one count of prescription drug possession, a Class 1 misdemeanor, one count of failing to admit to carrying a weapon, a Class 1 misdemeanor. So in this matter, the Public Defender's Office has been appointed. You do currently have a status conference set on February 3rd, preliminary hearings February 5th, both at 8:30. That'll be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. I did receive a written recommendation from the state in your matter requesting a $75,000 cash-only appearance bond. I'll let you know that given your history, because you're on probation for basically the same type of charge that I did believe that was reasonable, but I did read your probation notes. I do understand you are currently in compliance with probation. It appears as though you've done fairly well since I don't see any revocations in the last 3 years in your probation matter. So it's only in recognition of that I am going lower, but you do still have a significant bond given the nature of the matter that you're here for. That's a $50,000 secured appearance bond. Since that is secured, you are able to work with a bail bonding company to post that amount. So your probation matter is also on the calendar today because they've issued a Term 1 violation. So in that matter, public defender has been appointed as well. You have a revocation arraignment hearing February 3rd at 8:30. That'll be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. In that matter, I also did take into account that you've otherwise been in compliance, so I did lower that bond down to a $250 secured appearance bond. So if you do post bond and are released from custody, you are still on supervised probation. You do still need to abide by those terms. That does include contacting probation within 72 hours. Do you have any questions for me at this time?
No, ma'am.
All right, sir, if you want to go ahead and step over, you can go ahead and pick up that paperwork so you can have a seat. Thank you. All right, we have Shane Yazzie and Alfonso Medieval will be up next. Or Mendival, I guess I should have said. All right, sir, your full name and date of birth?
Shane G. Yazzie. Date of birth is March 4th, 1991.
All right, sir, you are here for a new case out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. The charges that have come in are 1 count of burglary in the 2nd degree. That is a Class 3 felony. And then you have 7 counts of disorderly conduct, Class 1 misdemeanor, 1 count of resisting arrest. That's a Class 6 felony. So in this matter, the Public Defender's Office has been appointed here to represent you. You do currently have a status conference set on February 3rd with the preliminary hearing February 5th. Those are both at 8:30 a.m. Those will take place at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. Based on the nature of the charges you're here for, which is considered a domestic violence offense in nature, you do have a bond. That is a $5,000 secured appearance bond. And if you post that bond, you would be released subject to the supervision of pretrial services with electronic monitoring to be added prior to your release. That is being put in place because you do have orders here that you are not to return to the scene of the offense. You cannot go back to that residence. You are not to have any contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness. You are not to possess any weapons while on release. If there is an order of protection issued, you must obey all terms of that order. I'll also caution you that a violation of a no victim contact order and a criminal release order, which is what you have at this point, could constitute aggravated harassment, which is a Class 6 felony. If you come in on a new felony offense while being on felony release, you would be held without bond at that point. Do you have any questions regarding this?
No.
All right, if you want to go and step over, you go and pick up that paperwork. Everything should be in there for you. All right, Mr. Mendival, and then we've got Frank Huerta will be up after that. All right, sir, your full name and date of birth?
Alfonso Acosta Mendivil, date of birth 11/25.
All right, sir, you've got 2 separate cases here today. It looks like both of these are here for warrants that were issued. The first matter is a warrant that was issued in your probation case. This is for your failure to appear at your revocation arraignment hearing. That hearing is now set on February 3rd at 8:30, and that'll be still at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix, the same location. The bond in your warrant's been affirmed. That's going to be a $1,000 secured appearance bond. You still have the same term that if you do get released from custody after posting bond, you do need to contact probation within 72 hours. The other matter we have here is that open felony case that you have. So in that matter, another bench warrant was issued. That's for your failure to appear at your status conference in that case. So your court dates now are going to be a status conference February 3rd, preliminary hearing February 5th, both at 8:30, again, still at the Superior Court downtown Phoenix. And in this matter, the bond in that warrant's been affirmed. That's a $2,500 secured appearance bond. Do you have any questions regarding either of these 2 cases that I've just gone over? All right, everything should be included in that paperwork there. If you want to go and step over to your left, you can go ahead and have a seat at this time. Thank you, sir. All right, we have Mr. Huerta, and then Ryan Camp will be up after that. All right, sir, your full name and date of birth.
Frank Anthony Huerta, 41573.
All right, thank you, sir. So you are here for a bench warrant that was issued for failure to appear in your open felony matter. In that matter, your court dates are now a status conference February 3rd, preliminary hearing February 5th, both at 8:30. That'll be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. Looks like I gave you a big chance given your failure to appear history. When I released you last time you were here, apparently that was a mistake. So this time you do have a bond. I've affirmed the bond in the warrant. That was a $500 secured appearance bond.
Okay.
You'll get that information here in a moment, but do you have any questions regarding it?
Ma'am, I got the flu real bad, is what happened, why I didn't show up in court. One of my roommates, he's even hospitalized right now, so I'm just saying, I'm not trying to give you an excuse, I'm just letting you know what happened. I got the flu real bad, and I had a fever, so I couldn't make it down there.
You can certainly speak with your attorney about that.
Okay,
All right? I'm not telling you what you're saying isn't true, but given your failure to appear
That's fine.
history, you do have a bond today.
okay. Thank you, ma'am.
All right, so we have Ryan Camp and Anton Yablonsky will be up next. All right, sir, your full name and date of birth?
Ryan Camp, October 1977.
All right, sir, you've got 5 separate cases here today. I'll go ahead and start with your probation matters. There are 4 of those. So in each of your probation cases, they are here for a petition to revoke that was filed back in November alleging a violation of terms 3 and 5 of your probation terms. The public defender has been appointed in all matters. You do currently have a revocation arraignment hearing February 3rd at 8:30. That'll be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. The bond in each of those warrants has been affirmed. They all have different bond amounts. The first one is a $750 bond. Second is $2,500. The third is $250. The fourth is $100. All of those are secured appearance bonds, and if you do get released from custody, you do need to contact probation within 72 hours because you are still currently on supervised probation. So your next case that we have here, this is going to be the family court warrant that was issued. So this is a warrant that was issued by the family court judge in your matter for a failure to pay child support. So in that matter, they're going to be setting a hearing for you. That's going to be a status conference January 31 at 10 a.m. Whether or not you post the cash purge that I'm about to go over here and get released from custody, you do need to attend this court date. In other words, if you do postpone and you are released from custody, you do need to still go in for that January 31 court date, or another warrant could issue at that time. So the cash purge amount is the amount that you must pay in cash in order to be released in custody. In your matter, your family court judge did set a cash purge amount in the amount of $90. Under Arizona law, I cannot reduce the amount of the cash purge that I've just told you about. However, I am required under Arizona law to ask you the following questions, which you can answer, but you don't have to. Is there anything you want the court to know about your present ability to pay the cash purge? And is there anything you want the court to know about being held in custody until the cash purge is paid?
No.
All right, sir, if you want to step over, we'll get you paperwork for each matter. It'll have all that information in it. Thank you. All right, Mr. Yablonsky, and then Dimitri Polium will be up next.
What about now? Can you guys hear me
All right, sir, want to state your full name and date of birth?
All right, gracias.
Yes, Antonio Blonsky, 09/27/1984.
All right, thank you. So you are also here on a family court warrant that was issued. This was issued by your family court judge for a child support arrest warrant. So the judge in this matter did set a cash purge, in this case, in the amount of $10,000. Now, the cash purge is the amount that you must pay in cash in order to be released in this matter. So whether you pay it or not, in other words, whether you get released or not, either way, I am setting a status conference in this case that you would need to attend. So that's going to be on January 31 at 10 a.m. That would be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix.
Okay.
Now, under Arizona law, I cannot reduce the amount of the cash purge I just told you about, the $10,000. However, I am required to ask you the following questions, which you can answer, but you do not have to. Is there anything you want the court to know about your present ability to pay the cash purge? And is there anything you want the court to know about being held in custody until the cash purge is paid?
Yes, it makes it extremely difficult to pay the cash purge payment, being that I'm in custody. Thank you. I have a few clients lined up for next week. My business has suffered tremendously over the last year, and it just seems so I just don't understand. Being locked up, and I mean, I do understand, obviously, but what I'm saying is, I literally can't work from here.
It looks like you've been on warrant status for 4 months.
Yes.
Like I said, under Arizona law, I cannot reduce the amount of the cash purge. So in this amount, that amount does have to be affirmed. So you do have a $10,000 cash purge amount that would have to be posted prior to release.
Okay.
Any other questions regarding this?
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, Mr. Pulliam, and then Mark Canna will be up next.
Hey, she pretty much told them you had 4 months to get your money straight. You messed up. You blew it. Now you're staying in custody. Good luck, amigo. See you next time. Not my problem. Not today.
All right, sir. Your full name and date of birth?
Demetrius Pulliam, 12286.
All right, thank you, sir. You're here for a new case out of Superior Court. The charges that have come in are 1 count of criminal damage, a Class 5 felony, 1 count of assault, and 1 count of disorderly conduct. Those are Class 1 misdemeanors. In this matter, the Public Defender's Office has been appointed. You do currently have a status conference set on February 11 with a preliminary hearing February 13, both at 8:30. Those are going to be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. Based on a review of your history, I'm going to follow the PSA recommendation in this matter. You are being released today, but it's going to be subject to the supervision of pretrial services. You are going to have electronic monitoring installed prior to your release from this facility. That is being put in place because you do have orders here that you are not to have any contact with the alleged victim or any complainant or witness in this matter. You are not to return to the scene of the offense. You are not to possess any weapons while on release. You must find an alternate residence and provide proof of that residence to pretrial services, and you must obey the terms of any order of protection issued. Since you are being asked to provide an alternative residence, I did put language in your release order that does address a civil standby. A civil standby is what you can do in order to collect any personal items that you have that are necessary from the residence. So by doing that, you contact local law enforcement and schedule it through them. That's the only way you can go back in person. So I will let you know that a violation of a no victim contact order and a criminal release order could constitute aggravated harassment. That is a Class 6 felony. Do you have any questions regarding any of this information?
Can I break it down? Can I
try
get
this.
release, no contact with it, and then before I release, I gotta get on the monitor?
Correct.
And have a different address?
Correct.
Okay.
And all of this will be in your paperwork. Everything I just went through is in there.
So when I get released, I had to call someone to get the monitor, or?
They'll let you know.
Okay.
Yep, they'll walk you through the process.
Okay.
Okay? All right. Go and step over. You can pick up that paperwork so you can have a seat. Mark Hannes and then Victoria. Johnson Moore is up after that.
Next. Let's see. Got time for this today. It's Monday.
All right, sir. Go and state your
My
full name and
weekend's
date of
over.
birth.
Mark Conyers, 122185.
You are here for a new case out of Superior Court. It is alleging one count of possession of a dangerous drug, a Class 4 felony, one count of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, Class 4 felony. The Public Defender's Office has been appointed. You currently have a status conference set on February 11 with the preliminary hearing February 13, both at 8:30. Those will take place at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. In this matter, I am going to be following the PSA recommendation here. You are being released, but it is subject to the supervision of pretrial services. You have the additional orders that you are not to have any contact with any witness or complainant in this matter. You are also not to possess any weapons, which was already the case for you. Do you have any questions regarding anything that I just went through?
No.
All right, go and step over to your left. You can pick up that paperwork and have a seat. Victoria Johnson Moore and then Matthew Flores will be up after that.
It's Monday. I'm not happy and everybody's going to jail. All you going to get some cases. Nobody's going to go home. I don't want to hear about your puppies, your wives, and your kids, and about your job.
All right, ma'am, go and state your full name and date of birth.
6/28/94, Victoria Jasmine Johnson.
All right, you are here for a new case out of Superior Court. The charge is one count of criminal trespass in the first degree, which is a Class 6 felony. So in this matter, you have the Public Defender's Office appointed to represent you. Status conference is currently set on February 11 with the preliminary hearings February 13, both at 8:30, and those will be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. I am going to be following the PSA recommendation with respect to your supervision level. You are being released today, but it is going to be subject to the supervision of pretrial services. You're going to get some paperwork about that process in your paperwork that you're about to receive. You get an envelope with that. It does have their contact information in it because you do have to stay checked into pretrial services while you're on release. You also have orders here that you are not to return to the scene of the offense. You are not to have any contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness in this matter. Do you have any questions regarding that?
No, ma'am.
All right, if you want to go and step over, you can go and pick up that paperwork. Thank you.
Hey,
All right,
I'll tell you
Matthew
this
Flores,
much.
Alan Estrada will be up after that.
I'd rather have this judge than the one from yesterday. That dude was just a mess. He was definitely a TMO judge. It's all
All right,
bad.
sir, your full name and date of birth.
Matthew Armando Flores, April 23rd, 1990.
All right, so you were here for two separate cases. I'll start with the new matter that just came in. This is for a new case that'll be out of Superior Court. The charges are one count of possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, one count of possession of drug paraphernalia, that's actually a Class 6 felony. Now, in this matter, the Public Defender's Office has been appointed. Status conference set February 11, preliminary hearing February 13, both at 8:30. Those will be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix.
Okay.
It's only because you have maintained at least contact with your probation officer that I'm going to be releasing you today.
Thank you, ma'am.
I'm by no means saying that you are in compliance with probation since you have not completed treatment yet. Which
Okay.
is certainly
I'm gonna
apparent
do
by
that
the charge you're
soon.
here for. So I'm doing this only to stress the importance of complying with probation
Thank
from
you,
here
ma'am.
on out now that you have a new case. So you do need to contact probation within 72 hours of your release, and you do otherwise need to comply with all terms.
Thank you.
So your next case here is your probation matter. It's been added to the calendar because you now have a Term 1 violation, so it's the new offense. That's what triggered it. So in that matter, public defender's been appointed as well. Revocation arraignment hearing set February 3rd at 8:30, and in that matter, you have the same release conditions. You are being released subject to the supervision of your probation officer.
Thank you, ma'am.
Any questions regarding that?
No, Your Honor.
All right, go and step over and go and pick up that paperwork
Your
over there. We have
Honor.
Alan Estrada. Antonio Turan will be up next.
Stumbling around. Yeah, so that guy that I'm talking about, it wasn't the guy with the mustache. It
All
was
right, sir,
another
your full name
guy.
and date of birth?
Hello, Your Honor. Alan Estrada, 05-26-2004.
All right, thank you. You are here for a new case out of the Agua Fria Justice Court. The charge is 1 count of criminal speed. That is a Class 3 misdemeanor. You are not entitled to court-appointed counsel in this matter due to the nature of the charge. Since it is a misdemeanor offense, it does not otherwise qualify, but you do, of course, have the right to retain an attorney on your own behalf to represent you in this case. An arraignment hearing is set for February 12th at 10:30 a.m. That's going to be at the Agua Fria Justice Court. You'll get the address in your paperwork. In this matter, you are being released today on your own recognizance. It is going to be your promise to appear at all future court dates. Any questions regarding that?
Not at all, Honor.
All right,
You
you
said, it's gonna be on the paperwork. I
It
know
will be
that.
on the paperwork, yes.
Oh, okay.
Everything I went through will.
Okay, thank you
Okay.
so much. Thank you
All
so
right,
much,
if you want to
Your
go
Honor.
ahead and step over, you want to pick that up. We've got Antonio Turan, and it looks like he is the last person in the courtroom at least to be seen.
The last one? What's up?
All right, sir, your full name and date of birth?
Is it 8?
Antonio Turan, 1286.
All right, thank you, sir. You are here for a new case out of Superior Court. The charge that was submitted is 1 count of aggravated DUI, which is a Class 4 felony. I was not able to find probable cause on the charge that was submitted here today. That does not necessarily mean this case is going away, but I was not provided with sufficient information to support the way it was booked in here, okay? So in this matter, I am still appointing counsel to represent you. That would be through the Public Defender's Office. I do still need to set some hearings. That's going to be a status conference February 11 with a preliminary hearing February 13, both at 8:30 at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix.
Okay.
Because I did not find probable cause on the only count submitted here, I cannot set any release conditions, so you are being released without any conditions being imposed. Okay? So I'm just going to give you a heads up. I would recommend contacting the court in advance of that February 11th date to verify those hearing details to see if it is still on the calendar.
Okay.
If it is there and that hearing does go forward and you do fail to appear, that a warrant could issue for your arrest that day. Okay?
Okay.
Any questions regarding that?
No, ma'am.
All right, sir, if you want to go and step over, you want to pick up that paperwork. All right, I'll go ahead and go through the house calls that we have here. Looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. I'll start with Nicole Wallace, date of birth 9/7/63. Do you know why Ms. Wallace was a house call?
She's combative and free.
All right, so she's here for 2 separate matters. They're both warrants issued out of the Peoria Municipal Court. In both cases, an arraignment hearing is set February 18 at 9 a.m. at the Peoria Municipal Court. These are the first warrants issued in each of these matters. Given the nature of the charge, she is being released on her own recognizance with the same terms, so she is not to return to the scene. Tracy Douglas, date of birth 6/13/1967. I show him as Nazwa, is that correct?
Nazwa Danger Dissolve.
All right, so he's here for 2 separate matters. The first one's a new case out of Superior Court. Charges are 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony, 1 count of prescription-only drug possession, Class 1 misdemeanor, 1 count of criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, that's a Class 3 misdemeanor. Those are the counts I was able to find probable cause on. There are additional counts that I did not find probable cause on. That's 1 count of possession of narcotic drugs and 1 count of obstruction. The Legal Defender's Office has been appointed in this matter. Status conference set January 31 at 8:30, evidentiary hearing February 3rd at 1:30, preliminary hearing February 5th at 8:30. I do show he's on felony release in the other matter we have here today. So as a result, he is currently being held without bond in the new case. Next case is his open felony matter. In that case, there is a bench warrant that was issued for failure to appear back in June. Status conference now set February 5th at 8:30. And in that case, there is a cash-only appearance bond in the amount of $1,000. Otherwise, the rest of his release conditions do remain the same. We've got Trey Avizo, date of birth 9/17/2001.
She hit a speed bump there.
Looks like I have him showing as an escape risk.
Trey Avisa, is this a John Doe? Okay. Yeah, combative.
Okay, but he was identified as Trey Avizo?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so he's here for a new case out of Superior Court that is alleging 1 count of attempted robbery, a Class 5 felony. The public defender has been appointed. Status conference set February 3rd at 8:30 a.m. Preliminary hearing February 5th at 8:30 at the downtown Phoenix Superior Court. The bond in this matter is a $15,000 secured appearance bond with orders not to have any contact with any alleged victim, complainant, witness, not to possess any weapons while on release. Next case that we have is for Richard Williams, date of birth 11/28/1980. I show him as combative as well.
Yes, combative and free.
All right, thank you. So he's got 2 separate matters here today. I'll start with the new case out of Superior Court, which is alleging 1 count of resisting arrest, a Class 6 felony. That is the count I was able to find probable cause on. There is an additional count for tampering with physical evidence that I was not able to find probable cause on. Public defender has been appointed. Status conference set February 3rd, preliminary hearing February 5th, both at 8:30. And in this matter, there is a $2,500 secured appearance bond with the additional orders not to have any contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness. Next case that we have here is going to be for Richard Williams, who's here on a warrant that was issued out of the South Mountain Justice Court. His date of birth is 11/28/1980. I don't know if I said that. Oh yeah, this is the same guy. All right, so he is here for a post-adjudication warrant issued in this matter. Public defender's been appointed since he does have a bond in this case as required pursuant to Rule 6.1. Arraignment hearing set on January 30 at 8:30. The bond in this matter is a $50 secured appearance bond. Lambert Quay, date of birth 11/13/2004, also combative.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, he's here for a new case out of Superior Court alleging 1 count of robbery, Class 4 felony, 1 count of organized retail theft, Class 4 felony, 1 count of aggravated assault, Class 5 felony, and 1 count of aggravated assault on the officer. That's actually also a Class 5 felony. It's incorrectly put in here as 6. Public Defender's Office has been appointed. Status conference set February 3rd, preliminary hearing February 5th, both at 8:30. And in this matter, there is a $10,000 secured appearance bond with the additional orders he is not to return to the scene of any offense, not to have any contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, not to possess any weapons. All right, I show that is now everybody, so I'm going to go ahead and turn off the recorder.
All right, guys. So right now, the next court doesn't start until another 24 minutes. So what I'm going to do is we got some Board of Parole hearings in Connecticut right now. I'm going to jump on for 24 minutes. And then from there, we'll go ahead. Hey, what's up, Chacha? We'll go ahead and jump over to Pima County. So stay tuned. Hold up. Don't go nowhere. Hey, and while you're waiting right now, while I go ahead and get everything set up right now, if you're not tapping, you must be napping. What's up? And if you haven't followed, follow. Don't be a Scrooge McDuck. Don't be a Mr. Krabby's Patty. Hook it up. Hit that follow. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free 99. You got to be really stingy not to hit the follow. It's like you're stealing content from us over here. What's up? Why would you do that? Would you walk into a store and take a candy bar? I hope not. So hit that follow. I'll be right here. I'm about to switch over the screen. We're going to go over to Connecticut right now to some live Board of Parole hearings, if you will. Just give me a moment while I click on through, and we're about to go. Let's see who's. Oh no, they're on. Damn, hold up, they're on hold right now. Let me go to the other one. Let me see here, and hopefully this one's on. Let's see. Thank you for the share, Tita. Good morning. How's it going? Mickey 5V. Thank you for the follow. I can't call you a Krabby Patty or a Scrooge McDuck. Hey, Dollface, gracias, highly appreciate it. Nicole, thank you for sharing the live. Appreciate that. All right, I'm clicking over here. I'm clicking. Hey, what's up? How's it going? Hello. It's V. Thank you. Hey, Molly Joe, gracias, highly appreciate that heart on my head right there. It's V. Thank you for sharing. Hey, sharing is caring. You know, send it to the ones you love. Send it to the ones you don't love. Send it to everybody and anybody. All right, it's thinking right now. There we go. Let's see.
Charges: 53A-162, interfering with police officers; 14-224, evading responsibility; and 38A-371, operating without insurance. He received 30 days jail with each charge to run concurrently. The remaining charges were marked nollie. Counsel, did you and your client receive the notice of parole violation, the parole violation report, and all the other documents?
Yes.
Great. I have received defense exhibits. I received a few. Let's grab it.
All right, we are in right now.
All right, so I have Exhibit 1, a list of parole accomplishments and future plans for parole and statement. Exhibit 2, the certificate recognition for living in balanced Tier 2 drug and alcohol program. Exhibit 3, the offender accountability plan revision form. And Exhibit 4, the domestic violence program offender participation evaluation form. Is that accurate, counsel?
Yes.
Great. Do you need any more time to submit any additional evidence?
Yes.
Okay, so today we do not have any witnesses, so it is your time now to call any witnesses, present evidence, and to the charges.
Yes, if I may. Regarding charge number 1, Mr. Ortiz, do you recall parole officer indicated October 3rd, 2024 and October 8th of 2024? Why you didn't go in person to the New Haven parole office?
Because I got COVID.
Okay. You tested positive for COVID. And did you let your parole officer know?
Yeah, I sent a test with a paper for the paper they give me in the hospital, in jail hospital. And okay. She said, okay, no problem. I send you the day you about to come see me back, and she never sent me. She never sent me the date.
Do you remember when the COVID was when you tested positive?
The what? Come
I
again?
think it's like the same day I sent the paper, like 2 days before that. The day she told me, oh, I sent the paper. I said, yo, I have COVID. I cannot go see you. And she said, no problem. I'm gonna reschedule you the day you can see me.
Hey, this is Connecticut. For anybody's wondering, this is a Connecticut Board of Parole hearing, and this is live and direct. We'll be switching over back to the court in about 20 minutes or so.
Under charge number 2 on the GPS, it looks like on July 13th of 2024 is approximately about an hour. Do you recall where you went for that hour?
I told her, she called me on Monday. She said, come see me in my office. And I told her, miss, I forgot, I had to go pick up my wife. Nobody, I got the car that time because I'm working in Tougher Tire. And, I'm not supposed to go that time, and I pick him up. I take only 20 minutes short. It's like 20, 25 minutes. She see me when I go all the way, pick up her, and come back to the house. I don't go nowhere. She got all those when I go to the hotel and come back. It's not like I go do something crazy or I go to the club or something like that. No, I go pick him up at the same time, like 12:20. When I come back, it's like 12:20. And she told me, come to the office. And she said, I'm violated. And,
So you picked up your wife was working at a hotel, correct?
In the hotel, yeah. She worked in the hotel right there. And Hendon. And I told the location, everything. I told her, miss, I'm not lying to you. I pick him up. I'm not supposed to go nowhere that time because I know that's my mistake. But I got the car for that time, and that's why I pick him up. It's only like 20.
Hold on a second. Jesse, you told your parole officer where you went, and obviously it showed the time frame, and she was able to look at your GPS points there. So what you told her, she was able to verify, correct?
She verified right there, and she said, okay. She don't care because I'm not supposed to go nowhere.
That's what you said. You didn't have a curfew, but the GPS points showed what you told her. She was able to verify with the GPS.
She verified. She verified, but she says she don't care. Like she because I'm making that's my fault. She said, okay.
And October 8th, where you removed the GPS, you knew on October 8th you were going back to jail already, correct?
She told me she about the human timeout program. And I'm stressed because my mother she live in Providence. I don't see my mother almost 7 years already, and they told me she got cancer, and I want to see her. I got almost 5 months with the bracelet, and I told them, listen, can you call my bracelet? And she don't want to call it. She don't want to take that up for me. And that time I got a lot of stress. I started using drug, and my mind is not 100%. And I called the bracelet. She called me the same day they called me. She said, Ortiz, I'm about to pick you in your house. I'm about to put you in timeout program. Because you called your bracelet, I'm about to put you in timeout program. 45-day timeout program. But that time, I scared. I see mad police coming. And that's all I ran. I'm right there in the car, waiting for my sponsor to pick me up. And when I see all the police, I'm scared and I left. And that's what they pursued. But when they stop me, I don't put nobody in danger. I put my hands up and go to jail. It's not like I started to go crazy and I stop it. I said, you know what, let me stop it.
On charge number 3, I just want to clarify the program participation. You did, if I'm reading this correctly, you did successfully complete the APT Foundation. It was 30 days inpatient, correct?
Yeah, I did it 28 days in APT Foundation. 28 days, okay. 28 days. 28 days, okay. APT Foundation. I graduated. They gave me certificate, everything. And she know because she had to give me the permission to get out from that program. She had to go and pick me up and say, Ortiz, you good.
The permission.
All right, so the issue was with the follow-up part of it. Is that correct?
With the follow, okay. I have to go. She want me to go voluntary 1 time a week. Okay. But I'm working at Tougher Tire. I'm working 8 in the morning to 5 o'clock at night. And the appointment's supposed to be in the morning at 11 o'clock. And my job, she don't want me to do because I did already 30 days in the program. And she want me to do it and they don't want to wait for that. It's Ortiz. I cannot give it all days.
I just want to clarify this. This is on 9-5. The language here used upon discharge. It was a successful discharge, correct? 28 days. Okay.
28 days, yeah. I finished. Right. I finished the program.
Okay. I just wanted to give you a little background as to what happened here. So that's it for the first part of the hearing. That was charge number 5, that he self-admitted is an issue with the substance abuse. So I'm going to talk about what he's done at the second part of the hearing since he's been there. Thank you.
Thank you. So I'm just going to take a moment. I'll let you know my findings.
Okay, and then when I'm here, I did it.
Yeah, hold on. That's the second part. Hold on. You jumped ahead. We're going to get to that. I promise you we're going to get to that.
Sorry about that. Sorry.
Okay.
I do want to hear it, but just I'm just going to announce my findings first, and then we'll move on to that, okay? So, charge number 1, I am going to find that you violated the condition of reporting based on the evidence in Exhibits A, E, and P. On charge number 2, I find you violated the condition of GPS based on the evidence provided in Exhibits A, E, F, H, and I. And on charge number 3, I'm finding that you violated the condition of program participation based on the evidence provided in Exhibits A, E, and G. And on charge number 4, I find that you violated the condition of obedience to the law based on your conviction of interfering with an officer and evading responsibility and operating without insurance when you received a sentence of 30 days jail, with each charge to run concurrently. In addition, the following evidence supports the charge is A, D, E, J, and M. And lastly, on charge number 5, I find that you violated the condition of drugs based on the evidence provided in support of the charge, which is Exhibits A, E, F, N, and O. So that does conclude the fact-finding portion. This is, before I make my recommendation, you'll now have the opportunity to speak to your background history, any information that you feel is pertinent. So counsel, would you like to make a statement?
May I just make one comment? I know you made your findings. I just want to put on the record. In Exhibit P, my client did send over a document, text to his parole officer from the New Haven Hospital regarding the positive COVID test. It looks like it was sent at 5:11 p.m. And his response was, "Don't text me outside of business hours." That's Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. This one, so at Exhibit P, yeah, it's like the 3rd page in. I just want, he did send it in. I'm not disputing your finding, but I just want to show you that my client did make an effort to send in the COVID test from Yale, and then that was the response to that. Okay, I'm not disputing your finding, but he did make an attempt, just so you know. He wasn't saying that just to say that. He did send it over to his parole officer, yeah. Okay?
Yep.
Thank you. Yeah, I just wanted, yeah.
All right, before you start, let me just write it down. You're noting it and wanted to review it.
I find them guilty. 30 days. Hey, so right now we're just waiting for Pima to start. Pima's gonna start in 12 minutes. So so we wouldn't just be hanging around looking at a blank screen. I went ahead and jumped on a parole board hearing in Connecticut. So right now in 12 minutes, the clock is ticking. Oh yeah, Cinderella, go get yourself a fella. Midnight's about to come. So once it hits when it gets closer to 8 a.m.
So would you like to make it?
Yes, on behalf of Mr. Ortiz, my client is 35 years old. He does have one 15-year-old son who lives in Florida. He did pay child support while he was out, and he does have contact with his son on a regular basis. Upon his previous release, he did have a sponsor. He also has indicated through that he did successfully complete, I want to make sure that's clear, the App Foundation. It was 28-day inpatient program. The issue was with the follow-up while he was working at Town Fair Tire. But like I said, I'm not questioning what the parole officer, it just says upon discharge. And I just want to make sure it's clear that he did successfully complete that 28-day inpatient program. Upon his previous release, he was in Project More in New Haven. Then looks like in 2023, also did some residential services at the Apt Foundation. He did also have some services at the Connections Halfway House. While in the program, he did have a case manager, Ms. Atkins. While he's been incarcerated in Robinson, he did obtain his certification. He enjoys culinary arts. Also previously started a barber program in New Haven. He has about 3 weeks left to finish that program. As he indicated through his testimony, his most recent job was employed full-time at Town Fair Tire in Orange. He's been there on and off for the past 4 years. Also, while he was out, he worked full-time as a chef at a bakery in New Haven. He was there until he was remanded. And as I indicated, a job at Town Fair Tire. As far as treatment, he did do an intake in Midwestern Council for Alcoholism, CCA, in New Haven. He was not recommended to engage in treatment services, but he did do the intake.
I'm not sure which prison he's located. He's inside prison right now. He's in Connecticut. There's a few prisons.
He just started while he was out the domestic violence classes in New Haven. And since he's been remanded at this particular time, he's employed as a chairman as block. Just successfully complete the Tier 2 program on just recent January 9th of 2025. That was Exhibit 2. And he did successfully complete domestic violence. That's Exhibit 3 and 4. So he has been taking his time since he's been incarcerated seriously. He's been engaging in programs. I did indicate a sponsor. It's a family friend. It's Carolyn. I provided you with an address and a phone number. He does want to get his barber license. He's indicated to us he's able to return to Town Fair Tire. He's been at that job for 4 years on and off. They're also interested in applying at Chipotle Mexican Grill in Brantford, and he's amenable to any treatment recommendations. I said he did complete inpatient, but he needs to get going with the follow-up on that. So, Ortiz, anything you want to add about your background of the treatment for when hopefully you're reinstated?
And they give me yesterday. I finished. They give me on Friday. I finished voices too.
Okay.
Pero I did the voices, but they give it to me late, and it's a Friday, and I finished, and they give me the certificate for Tier 2 right here. I already got it, and the domestic class, the DV class I finished, the study session I finished too. I got all of them right here, and they give me certificate. This time, I know every time I fuck him on the street, but this time I know I got a problem and drugs, and I did it the best I can, and I want to keep going doing good because all of the problem I have is drugs, and that's what I did the voices. I did a Tier 2, and now I go to NA meetings every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday. I go, and I want to, when I'm here, the time I'm here, the almost 4 months, I try to do the best so I can change my life because I don't change my life, nobody do it for me. And I want to, do the best. I want to get out of here and see my mother before she died, because they told her she don't got. I don't see from. I don't want to see it. I don't want to make a phone call and tell me my mother died. I want to see her, because it's bad, and I don't want to do that. I want to do the right thing. I want to do the right thing. That's why I don't want to.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ortiz. I'm just going to take a moment and then I'll let you know my findings. My recommendation.
Right, thank you.
Ortiz. All right. So he is in prison. Let me see the name of the prison right now. I'm going to post it up for you guys that are wondering where he's located at. It's right here. CYBULSKI. Just in case.
Okay, so I have listened to the testimony today. I've reviewed the evidence submitted. And based on all of that, I am going to recommend your parole be revoked and that you serve a 5-month period of confinement. That's with a re-parole date of March 11, 2025. In addition to that recommendation, I'm going to recommend the following conditions. Behavioral management program for domestic violence, no contact with your victim AS, a general no contact with Liberty Bank at 171 Silas Dean Highway in Wethersfield, Connecticut, a general no contact with CC or CR, a mental health evaluation, and then I'm going to put the sponsor in. Mr. Ortiz, should I put in the halfway house placement for a backup plan, or is it?
Yeah, I got to show the house already. I called the guys, everything. Already, he know the money. He got the money already to hold in the bed for me in New Haven. And the sponsor not going through. I want to recommend the sober house because I got the guy who got the bed. He from New Haven. And
So you don't want to go to Miss Camper?
No, I want to go with it. I want to go
there
with it
first.
If they don't go through for my address, I want to go to Sober House. You know, it's better for me too.
So what you're
Thank
telling me is you have no interest in the halfway house, correct?
No interest because halfway house is not good for me.
Okay.
Like, you know, thank you.
So then, I know I have the sponsor. So my recommendation is going to be going to the board on February 6th, 2025. You'll receive a written notice after that hearing date. At that hearing, the board can lessen my recommended sanction. They can let it stand, or they can impose a sanction longer than what I've recommended. If that does happen, you'll be notified because there'll be a supplemental hearing that you'll be present for to address their concerns, okay?
Thank you, miss.
All right,
my day, what's my day?
Well, I'm recommending March 11th.
March 11th,
Yeah. You call our office. If you call our office on Friday, February 7th, just speak to one of my secretaries. I won't be here. Just ask if the board approved the recommendation. That way you'll know that you're getting out March 11th. All right, good luck to you.
Keep doing good things in there. Keep going to those meetings, okay, Mr. Ortiz?
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Concludes the revocation hearing for Josiel Ortiz, inmate number 383441.
Chiefs won last night. That's right. Hell yeah. So we got about 4 more. I mean, yeah, about 4 more minutes. I'm gonna switch over right now. I'm gonna switch over to. I'm gonna switch on over right now. Just give me a moment here.
We're all set. Thank you.
Give me a moment over here.
Yeah.
All set. All right, let's go ahead and switch on over to Pima County here. I know a lot of you guys don't have patience just like me, but we're gonna have to write it out right now. 3 minutes. We're gonna have to wait around for 3 minutos, my people. See, there we go. We got that ready. Where are we at? So right now we jumped over to Pima County, Arizona. This should be starting up shortly. As soon as it does, hopefully it's gonna be Judge Hazel. I'm hoping it's gonna be Judge Hazel Monday, or Free Car Monday, as I like to call it. KC all the way. Let me see. Hey, if you guys were here yesterday, you guys know exactly who Judge Hazel is, and he lets everybody go. So you get a car, I get a car, everybody gets a car. Everybody's gonna go home. Let me see. Hey, thank you for the follow right now. Hey, right now, since we're waiting for the transition from one to the other, if you guys could go ahead and hit that follow button. It's free 99. Doesn't cost you anything. Don't be a Krabby Patty. Don't be a Scrooge McDuck. It is free. Also, sharing is caring. If you guys go ahead and send it to the ones you love, send it to the ones you don't love, send it to everybody and anybody, if you will. We're trying to get to that. We're trying to hit that 20K. And from there, man, the goal is going to be 50K. So you guys can make this happen. You could help us grow. Is that what? Let me go ahead and adjust the screen right now. I'm going to go ahead and adjust the screen so like that I'm ready once they do pop up. What kind of cases do you guys anticipate that we're going to be watching today? For those of you that are new, in Pima County, there is a lot of DV. For some reason, I don't know if it's in the water, it's the air, or it's built over a ritualistic land. But there is a lot of DV, a lot of pills, DV, shoplifting at Target. It's in the water. They've been a lot of DV cases in there. It's nonstop. Rugs. Hey, thank you for the share, Carolyn 8. Highly appreciated. We got 223. Hey man, what's up? Hook it up with the hearts. If you're not tapping, you must be napping. If you're clapping, it's all good.
Hey.
Oh, there we go. Hey, let's camera action. Let's go. Let's get it. Who is it gonna be today? Let's see.
I don't know if I told you guys this. If ever you come in and this is locked, just restart.
Okay.
And then it'll pop back up.
Thank you.
There's no like username and password.
Thank you. Who's this guy? Who's this fella here? Never seen him before. Over there looking all studious with those books behind.
Morning, Your Honors.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And then
Good morning.
Okay. Here's a good thing to point out. So right now we're in the adjudication tab. Okay, that's where we do all of our adjudicating.
We don't
And
need
then
no
once you press
adjudication.
approve,
Is it training day
it goes
today?
into this kind of review tab.
What's going on over here?
So it's kind of you would ask me what
Got that
happens if
set
you
up over
need to fix
here.
it,
Let me
fix
go ahead and move
something.
myself over here.
As long as,
like
because eventually the clerk's going to get to that and then like do a, I don't, if then it's to where after you're done with it, then it's gone.
Okay. Parental advisory.
So if you're able to catch it before she finishes it, then you can go into finance.
All right, guys, just hold your horses. Let me move this out the way so we can see the individual that comes on. Let me see. Let me not cover my
So those are the only two.
There we go.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are we today?
We are doing just fine for a Monday. How are you?
Monday.
Okay, we're ready. Thank you.
All right.
Let me grab just so you know, Your Honor, Rios
Yes.
is currently in the hospital. He's not here.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you for that, Snow. Highly appreciate it. Bam, right here. If you go right here at, if you want to see better, if you want to see a better screen, jump over to the other platform, which is the red icon with the white triangle.
She's got a superior
And it looks way better over there. The visual, you get everything. You get and you even get the TT chat too. So you won't miss out on the chat comments if that's what you're worried about. You will get both, or if you have two devices, jump on both. You know, double. Do the double trouble. But just a heads up, happy Monday, Michael. All right. James in Utah. No, Utah's not happy today. They only had 2 hearings in Utah, so I don't think Utah's going to happen today. If it took place, it's probably over by now. Yeah, I checked this morning and it was nothing worthwhile. So today we have 2 hearings from Connecticut. I'm running the first one right now. We saw a piece of it, the second one right now. So after that one's done, I'm gonna go ahead and run the second one. So happy day. So anybody that's new here, we do board of parole hearings in various different states. We're currently doing court hearings in Arizona, but definitely looking to expand to a few different states. I've been fortunate enough to have a few people send me some links to other states, so I'm gonna be looking at those states to check if there's any restrictions on me being able to stream them, and if there's not, we're gonna go ahead and pull out all the stops, and it's gonna be all gas.
That's
It's all gas. It's gonna be all gas, no brakes. We're gonna be doing it. Did you have Michigan? Was somebody send me I think somebody sent me a link for Minnesota or some state. I don't know. If you guys got any links, send them through.
Hi, sir. Can I get
and I'll
your
check
full
them
name?
out.
Alan Acevedo.
Your full name?
Alan G. Acevedo.
Mr. Acevedo, I'm seeing you this morning on a few different matters. You've got new felony charges of domestic violence, aggravated assault for impeding the airway, and domestic violence kidnapping. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and you've got counsel seated next to you for today's hearing. I'm also going to talk to you after about some misdemeanor warrants out of Tucson City. But as to the new felony charges, the state is recommending a $75,000 bond plus pretrial services. Given the allegations here,
you ain't going nowhere. And I want to go ahead and thank you guys for those of you that have followed the second account. I just hit over 600 subscribers, and I do have the option of going live there. So if this account ever goes down, we got the backup account, all right? So we got one in the chamber if we need so.
So it looks like one of the pending misdemeanors is a domestic violence case as well involving the same alleged victim. I'll hear from defense.
Your Honor, he has a probation hold, so he's going to be held no bond regardless. We're asking for just a nominal bond, give him time credit.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was a no bond hold because when I looked it up on the jail website, it says that there's a $10,000 bond on that case, but but then I saw pretrial said that there's a hold, so I don't know. I'm gonna order a $50,000 bond. It'll be cash or secured, released to pretrial services if that bond is posted, monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial. No alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms or weapons, no contact of any kind with the alleged victim, Shauna Scarborough. Don't go to her residence or workplace. I'll put on my order that you can return one time with a law enforcement escort. So once you are eventually released from custody, you could take my court order to the nearest police station so that you could go back to the residence and get your things with a law enforcement escort.
Is that $10,000 bond correct? Because it also says detained without bond of the pretrial services.
I'm talking the warrant that says here, from CR 2000 to 2022, 1250. Failure to appear for status conference petition for probation if a $10,000 be heard or parents.
Do you know if an IA has been set for that?
I do not know.
You don't-
He's just arrested.
Okay.
Appears that he hasn't.
Yeah, I'm guessing that that's gonna change to a no bond hold probably today, maybe because it was over the weekend. It just is showing as the bond amount that was on the warrant, but that's my guess. Okay, all right, and then, all right. So city court matters are a 2022 DUI and a 2024 the domestic violence, assault, and disorderly conduct. On those matters, I'll order a $1,000 cash or secured bond. We'll appoint the city public defender's office to represent you.
Forgive me, Your Honor, that's the other issue, not the 50,000.
This, right, these are city court matters.
Thank you. Thank you.
And hearing with Judge Surio in city court will be a video review on February the 4th at 1:45. And if you were out of custody, then you would need to get to city court on March 4th at 9:30. All right, sir, that is all. You're excused.
You ain't going nowhere. No free car for you, sir. Back to your bologna sandwiches. Adios, amigo. Next. And we'll go ahead and do one of these for good measure. And for anybody that wants to watch, I do have 2 streams going on right now on YT. I got this one, and then I got a board of parole hearing.
Hey,
So
sir,
if you
can
want
I
to
get
watch,
your full name?
Ramon Andres Sneed.
Mr. Sneed, I am seeing you this morning on charges of possession of a dangerous drug, possession of a narcotic drug. You do have the right to remain silent.
Thank you.
Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. And you've got counsel seated next to you for today's hearing. So, Mr. Sneed, I see that you're also being held on a probation hold. That is going to be without bond. At least until you see the judge on that matter. I'm not seeing you on that this morning. I'm just seeing you on the new charges. And so the state's asking for a $2,500 bond with pretrial services given that those circumstances. Did defense want to be heard on that?
Yeah, that sounds reasonable, Judge.
All right, so we'll do $2,500 cash or secured bond released to pretrial. If that bond is posted, we'll set this for a...
Thank you for the follow.
Mr. Poston, you didn't mark the steps hearing. Oh, Mr. Poston's not there.
I'm here, Your Honor.
Okay.
I'm here, Your Honor. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm going to set it for a smart hearing or steps hearing.
Steps.
Judge, can you hear me?
Yep.
This is the umpteenth time this computer has dropped off. I'm going to hop on a different system.
Okay, but I'm going to set Mr. Sneed for a smart or a steps hearing. You didn't mark it, but it's simple possession.
Do we have anybody from
all right.
Arizona in here?
I'm setting it for a smart hearing on February 3rd at 9 o'clock in the morning. And preliminary hearing is going to be February 6th. All right.
Have you ever been
And
incarcerated?
if you're released, monitoring or treatment by pretrial, no alcohol or illegal drugs.
Can you guys
That's
give
all,
us
sir.
some,
You're excused.
some feedback on the STEPS or SMART program? Nix just got out in October. So what's up? What's STEPS and what's SMART? If you don't mind sharing with us over here that are not familiar with these programs. STEPS is like, hey, okay, all right, cool. Thank you, Jasmine.
Sorry, Judge.
What about
No
SMART?
problem.
But to answer your question, yes, this is step sales.
Yep. I gave him his SMART hearing. STEPS hearing.
STEPS and SMART. We're on nosy. Next, who's coming up next? Hey, let's go ahead and what do you guys think the next individual that's coming up? What do you think they're here for? Emojis and wrong answers. Damn, he looks pretty. Damn, what?
Hi, sir. Can I get your full name?
Derek Stefan.
Hi, Mr. Fry. I'm
Looking
seeing
like
you
a
this
caveman.
morning on a few different matters. You have a new charge of criminal trespass in the 3rd degree. And then you've got a number of warrants out of Tucson City Court. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
Looking like a.
I'm going to hold you on a couple of bonds on this new misdemeanor charge. I'll order a $250 cash bond, order that you not go back to the incident location. I'm going to appoint an attorney for you in Pima County Justice Court. That'll be Jill Gookin. And then you're going to have a hearing tomorrow to deal with this. That is January 28th at 1 o'clock in the afternoon in Pima County Justice Court.
Man, he looks like a teen wolf.
27.
Looking like a teen wolf in America.
And then on your city court matters, looks like I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 files, all from last year, all involving criminal trespass, 1 shoplifting, disorderly conduct, prescription drugs,
Damn. He's
threats
like a
and
walking
intimidation,
pharmacy.
disorderly conduct, etc.
Hey,
On
so for
those
the,
matters, I'm going to order that you be held on a $1,500 cash or secured bond. Don't go back to any of those incident locations. I'm going to appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you, and you'll be seen by video on February 4th at 1:45. If you were to post the bonds, you would need to get to Tucson City Court on February 27th at 9 o'clock in the morning.
not the Circle K. Hey, I know if you guys are on TT, I know you guys don't like how it looks, but there's a particular reason that I have it like this is so I could keep on going, so I could keep on running these streams. If you do want to be able to see them a
All
lot
right, sir,
clearer,
that's all. You're excused.
jump over to our other platform right here. The name's right here. You just type that into the search bar. I do have 2 streams going on, so make sure it's
Good morning.
It's a court hearings, not the
Good morning.
court of
Can I
parole
get your full
hearings.
name, please?
Angel Leonard Gonzalez.
Next.
All right, Mr. Gonzalez. I'm
DV.
seeing you this morning on a number of different matters. You have a new charge of criminal trespass,
Trespasser.
and then you've got several warrants out of Tucson City Court. We'll deal with those next. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
Thank you for the share, Francis. Highly appreciate it. Thank you, Free Spirit. Thank you for the follow. Highly appreciate it. You're not a Scrooge McDuck or a Mrs. Krabby Patty. You're a Mr. Krabby Patty. Highly appreciate it. And if you haven't done so, please do so. Hit that follow button. It's free 99. Doesn't
All right,
cost you
so
a
you've
damn
got
thing.
the matters in City Court go back to 2020. There's 3 from 2020 and 1 from 2022 that are in warrant status. So I'm going to order bonds on yes, sir.
I would just like to say, so like I am more stable now. I do have a place of residence. I am more stable. I am currently on drug court. I drop every day. I've been clean for the past 17 months. I actually am enrolled at Hope doing MRT classes currently. I just finished ILP. I am going to be enrolling in anger management and doing domestic violence classes. I was wondering maybe if you would be able to help me since I'm more stable now and do have a current living address, and I'm actually trying to be a better member of society. And I mean, you can contact I'm on drug court right now. You can contact my PO and ask about how I've been doing. I mean, I've been doing really good, honestly. And I'm not trying to go back, take any steps back. I'm just trying to move forward from now on.
Where are you in drug court?
I'm in drug court for Superior Court for Tucson here.
Okay.
My judge is Miss Miller.
So I have two streams running on YT. I have this stream, and then I have.
But I am currently on drug court, and I am doing my drops every day. I am clean. I am participating in all the help that they are offering me, which is like MRT classes, ILPs. I also just finished my Just One Life certification to become a peer support specialist.
All right.
So, like I said, I'm really trying.
I hear you. That's all really good stuff. Where are you living? What's your address?
It's 7015 South Calypso Court. I am with my tia, with my aunt. I actually just finished my assessment for Section 8, so hopefully within the next couple of weeks, I should be getting that through public community housing.
Okay.
My case manager is Jenny.
All right. So I guess my only question is, you've got a lot of good stuff going on, but you've got warrants in Tucson City Court. How come you're not dealing with those?
Oh, I apologize for that. Like I said, this is all new to me, the probation and everything. So I'm trying to get everything in order to make sure I am on top of everything.
All right.
Appointments, everything, a big thing about my past was time management, and stuff like that. So I've been working on that a lot lately, making sure I'm getting to appointments on time,
all right.
Everything. So.
All right. You're doing good. That all sounds really good. And now I see I see that address that you gave to the police. All right. So I'm going to release you. All right. Because I want you to keep going. It sounds like you've got some good things and I don't want to stop that. But I'm going to give you, now you're going to have 2 new court dates in addition to your drug court stuff. So you're going to get it all written down.
Hey,
Counsel, would you mind writing these dates down for him just so he's got them in a couple of places? All right. Thank you. I really appreciate it. All right. So on the Pima County Justice Court matter, you're going to go to court on February 26th at 8:30 in the morning. Don't go back to that incident location that you were arrested from, okay?
Circle K.
Yes, ma'am.
He's going to go back to that same place, guaranteed.
Right. And then your city court date
This fool came with a whole
is
novel.
going to be with Judge Blue in mental health for you to go and see him and tell him what you're up to.
Okay, thank you.
He's
All right.
up to no
That
good.
one is going to be on March 4th at 9:30 in the morning.
He's not going to make
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, was it 9:30?
Yes. Tucson City Court, Judge Blue.
Judge Blue. He thought
All right,
about
sir.
that.
Make sure you get to those court dates. Keep doing what you're doing, all right?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you
was
so
all
much.
happy.
You're welcome. You're excused.
He's about
Have a
to be
good evening.
aprendido. Hey, so yeah, I do have access to TikTok Live Studio. There's a reason that I don't use it, because if I use it, they're gonna my account. I used it in the
Hi,
past.
can
and
I
it
get
was-
your full name, please?
It was good till it was bad.
Tyler Wayne Goodine.
Mr. Godine, I'm seeing you this morning on charges of refusing to provide your truthful name and drug paraphernalia.
Well, you got that one.
Looks like those
Yeah,
are
the people.
new charges.
He practiced through the
And you've
walls
got
work.
a Department of Corrections hold. So you're going to be held without bond on that. But I do not have probable cause to hold you on these new charges. So I'm going to order that you be released.
Released?
Since
Damn.
they did not provide me with that, and order that those new charges be dismissed without prejudice. So DOC likely will come and pick you up sometime in the near future. We don't need to set a hearing for him
Going back to
for the DOC hold. No. Okay. All right. So yep, I'm releasing you.
Back to prison.
And so DOC should be coming to get you. Okay, sir? All right, you're excused.
Hey, and anybody that jumps over to the other platform, DOC, Department of Corrections. The AZDOC, Arizona Department of Corrections.
Hi, sir. Can I get your full name?
Hey, Portillo.
Mr. Portillo, I am seeing you this morning on 3 counts of domestic violence, disorderly conduct. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
Drop one, flush one. Courtesy flush. Gracias, Nez. Highly appreciate that.
Pretrial services was not able to get in contact with the alleged victim, your wife.
But why are
so
you
I don't know
flushing
what
the
her
toilet?
position is.
Grand Rising Nez.
And your daughter and niece.
We got 300. If you're not tapping, you must be napping. What up? Do your thing. Hit the screen. Tap, tap, tap. Don't be a Scrooge McDuck. They're free, the hearts. You might get carpal tunnel, but don't trip. It'll be worth it.
So, sir, if I were to order that you not go back to that residence at this time, do you have somewhere else you can go?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Where would you go?
To my dad's, 3324 East 24th Street.
Okay.
Thank you for that. Duly noted.
All right, so I'm going to order that you be released on your promise to appear in court. I'm ordering that you commit no further acts of domestic violence. I'm going to order that you not return to the residence at this time. I will put in my order that you can return with a law enforcement escort to collect your personal belongings. So you would take my court order to the nearest police station to have them go with you to get your things. I'm not going to order no contact with your wife at this time because you share children. But if you were to contact her and she does not want to have contact with you, you need to respect that and end the contact at that time. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
All right. And then you're going to need to be in Pima County Justice Court on February 26th at 10:30 in the morning, or a warrant can issue for your arrest. All right?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. You're excused.
Next, man. Shh. Man, what's up, Pima County? I guess they don't have space for anybody. What do you guys think the next individual's here for?
Yes, sir.
Hi, ma'am. Can I get your full name?
Jasmine M. Bennett.
Miss Bennett, I'm seeing you this morning on charges of domestic violence, assault, and disorderly conduct. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty for you at this time and advise you that you're ordered to appear at all of your hearings. If you miss your hearings, they can go forward in your absence. Warrants can issue for your arrest. And if you're convicted at a trial and you can't be sentenced within 90 days of the conviction, you could lose your right to a direct appeal. So, ma'am, I am going to order that you be released on your promise to appear in court on these charges. I'm ordering that you commit no further acts of domestic violence. Pretrial services was not able to get in contact with the alleged victim, your boyfriend, so I don't know what his position is. But if you were to get in contact with him, or if you share a residence with him and you go to the residence and he doesn't want you to be there, you need to go somewhere else. And you need to respect his wishes to have no contact if that's what he wants, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then you need to be in Tucson City Court on February 28th at 9 o'clock in the morning, or a warrant can issue for your arrest. Do you understand?
Yes. May I get that written down?
You're going to get it in writing before you leave, okay? All right, you're excused.
Robert Gomez.
Hi, sir. Can I get your full name?
Robert Micah Gomez.
Mr. Gomez, I'm seeing you this morning on a charge of domestic violence, disorderly conduct. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty for you at this time and advise you that you're ordered to appear at all of your hearings. If you miss your hearings, they can go forward in your absence. Warrants can issue for your arrest. And if you're convicted at a trial and you can't be sentenced within 90 days of the conviction, you could lose your right to a direct appeal. Sir, I'm going to order that you be released on these charges. I'm ordering that you commit no further acts of domestic violence. The victim, Mr. Taylor, does not want you to return to the residence, so you're going to need to go somewhere else. You have somewhere else you can go and stay?
I haven't lived with this man for about a year now, and he just did this report just to do it. I live with somebody else completely different now.
Oh, yep, I see now that this is an allegation from May 14th. Okay, very good. I'm going to order that you have no contact of any kind with him, that you not go
Yes.
to his residence. And you are going to need to be in Tucson City Court on March 4th at 9:30 in the morning, or a warrant can issue for your arrest. You're going to get paperwork with that information on it before you leave. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you
Great,
very
you're
much.
excused. You're welcome.
Have a good day.
You too.
Donna,
Yes.
the next one, Mr. Miranda Peralta, is the Spanish speaker. Do we have an interpreter on board?
Yes, we do.
Next up
Yes,
on
Your Honor,
the
the interpreter's ready.
Price
you.
is Wrong. Let's see what Mr. Miranda did. Let me guess. Let me guess. It starts with a D and it ends with a V. Let me see. Let me see. What do you guys think?
What number is he?
What do you guys think what Mr. Miranda did? ¿Qué hizo Mr. Miranda? Y ahora voy a estar traduciendo para esos que no hablan inglés.
Hi, sir. Can I get your full name?
Buenos días, señor. ¿Me puede dar su nombre completo?
René Miranda Peralta.
René Miranda Peralta.
Stay.
Right, sir, I am seeing you this morning on a charge of domestic violence, disorderly conduct. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
Hey, that's 4, right?
Señor, esta mañana está compareciendo ante mí por una acusación de violencia doméstica, alteración al orden público. Tiene el derecho de permanecer callado. Todo lo que diga puede y será utilizado en su contra.
Give me just a moment to review your paperwork.
Drop one, flush
Un
one, ladies
momentito.
and gentlemen.
Nada más denme un momentito para revisar los documentos.
Okay.
Ah, wow. Dang, what in the world makes it? I'm telling you guys, man. Hey, if you guys are ever passing by Pima County, proceed with serious caution. And if you live there, good luck to you guys.
Sir, I'm going to order that you be released on your promise to appear in court, and I'm ordering that you commit no further acts of domestic violence.
Señor, voy a ordenar que usted quede libre con la promesa de que va a presentarse a sus próximas audiencias y que no va a cometer actos adicionales de violencia doméstica.
Ok, de acuerdo.
Yes, I agree.
Right. And sir, pretrial services was not able to get in contact with the alleged victim, your girlfriend, so I don't know what her position is.
Bueno, señor, la agencia de los servicios previos al juicio no se pudo comunicar con la presunta víctima, que es su novia. Entonces no sabemos cuál es la posición de ella o su postura.
But if you were to get in contact with her and she does not want to have contact with you, it needs to end at that time. Do you understand?
Bueno, no, pero si usted se comunica con ella y ella no desea tener contacto con usted, usted se tiene que alejar y obedecer eso. ¿Le queda claro?
Sí, me queda muy claro.
Yes, perfectly clear.
Right. And you need to be in Pima County Justice Court on February 26th at 10:30 in the morning, or a warrant can issue for your arrest. You are going to get paperwork with that information on it before you leave.
Bueno, y entonces usted tiene que comparecer en Pima County Justice Court el día 26 de febrero a las 10:30 de la mañana. Si usted no se presenta a esa audiencia, se puede emitir una orden para que lo arresten. Y usted va a recibir un documento con toda esa información antes de que se vaya.
You understand, sir?
Okay. ¿Le quedó claro, señor?
Sí, o sea, pero ¿a qué lugar tenía que venir a la corte? ¿Aquí mismo?
Yes, the only thing is, when do I have to come back? Is it here, the same place that I'm at right now?
No, it's the Pima County Justice Court. You're going to get paperwork with that information on it.
No, señor, es Pima County Justice Court, es el Tribunal de Justicia, pero usted va a recibir un documento donde dice la dirección y a dónde tiene que ir.
Ah, muy perfecto. Debo estar pendiente del documento.
Perfect. So I'll be on the lookout for that document and that info.
Okay, thank you, sir. You're excused.
Gracias, señor. Puede retirar.
Hey, you definitely made a good point with that, with Super Bowl and
Thank
that
you, Ms.
Monday after
Fernandez.
Super
You're
Bowl.
excused.
There's definitely going to be it's going to be crazy.
Mr. Miller?
Cállese. There's going to be a lot of cases of DV for Super Bowl, especially if your team loses. It's going to be all
Hi,
bad.
sir. Can I get your full name?
Stephen Michael Miller.
Miller, I am seeing you this morning on charges of burglary in the 3rd degree, 2 counts,
about time we
theft
get a
and
regular.
criminal trespass of a residential yard. You do have the right to remain silent. Everything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I'm going to appoint the legal defender's office to represent you, and you've got counsel seated next to you for today's hearing. State is recommending a $7,500 bond plus pretrial services. Given the fact that he is.
Hey, this interpreter is a lot better than the one at Maricopa County.
Your Honor.
Yes, that's
it
was
it's given the fact that he's on probation for burglary, the very same charge he finds himself in court again. And on this one, it's pretty damning in that he was seen on video stealing property and breaking video cameras at somebody's residence. This is trespass 1. It doesn't get any worse. And Your Honor, based on his history, $7,500.
And Mr. Poston, I think you're mistaken. He's not on probation. He's got 1 prior from 2012 for drugs.
In that case,
successfully completed probation on that case.
In that case, we're looking at 20 plus PTS, Your Honor.
25, you said?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, defense.
Your Honor, we're asking for release. He has 1 prior from over 10 years ago. He successfully completed probation, and he's indicated he has housing and employment available.
Right. I'm going to order that you be released to pretrial services, sir. You need to check in with them when you get out. I'm ordering monitoring or treatment as directed by them. And I'm ordering that you do not return to that incident location and that you have no contact of any kind with your co-defendants. Do you understand all of that?
Yes, I do.
All right. And your preliminary hearing date. I'm going to give you a preliminary hearing date, but this is very likely going to change. You're going to get a hearing at a later date. So it's really important that you're in touch with pretrial and with your attorney so that you know when to get to court. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. I'm not sure which preliminary hearing date to give because it's possible that I'm going to hold his co-defendants in custody. So I'm thinking I should just.
This guy's the worst type of trespasser.
All right. I'm going to give you the out of custody one of February 6th. Or no, February 18th.
Thank you for the follow. Christy and me 71. Highly appreciated. It's free 99.
We'll amend that if I end up holding his co-defendants.
The state is set as a placeholder, so waiting to make a decision. So most importantly, when you're out, the pretrial services and the legal defender's office, those
what did he do? I had a call. He's a trespasser.
Misdemeanor
and theft, I believe, and vandalism or something like that.
Thank you, Judge.
Destruction of property.
Welcome. Take care.
Thank you.
Hey, and if you haven't done so, check out the latest videos I clipped up on my profile. Check out the girl with the 5 dogs. It's I know it sounds crazy, 5 girls and a dog. That sounds kind of crazy, or 5 girls and 5 acts. Check it out and please please repost if you will. Also, let's not forget about the hobo. The dog lover. I re-edited. Yep. I wish I was making this up on this account. Yep. I think it's the last video that I did. I better than a cup. The judge was against me from the beginning. It be like that sometimes. Hey, thank you for the follow. Highly appreciate it. Remember, it's free 99.
While we have a second, Ms. Munoz, I wanted to ask you a question, if you don't mind. I'm just curious. I'm looking at Mr. Pryor, and you put that he has no adult probation hold. I don't see that yet in the on the jail website. So I'm curious, where do you get that information from?
This is
the jail. He does have a probation hold.
Right.
Pima County.
Go ahead, Ms. Munoz.
This is Pima County.
Oh, yes. I checked in Spillman. But I can double check again to make sure I saw it right. But
I'm not questioning that it's right. I'm just curious where you get the information. Because the only way for me to see it is if the jail has it. So I guess you're looking at it before the jail has entered it into their system, I guess.
Yeah. What I'm looking at is from their jail roster for that booking enters.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey, China.
Hi, sir. Can I get your full name?
Robert Pryor.
Mr. Pryor, I am seeing you this morning on charges of 2 counts of third-degree burglary, theft, and criminal trespass of a residential yard. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and you've got counsel seated next to you for today's hearing. Sir, I see that you're also being held without bond on a probation violation that you have out of Superior Court. I am not seeing you on that today. You're going to be seen separately in Superior Court on that sometime in the next week or so, but you are being held no bond at this time on that matter. State's asking for a $7,500 bond with pretrial services. I think this is the one that Mr. Poston, you were
Yes, Your Honor.
saying he was on probation for the burglary. So did defense want to be heard?
I mean, in light of that, he's going to be held no bond. We don't really have much to add. He's going to be held no bond.
All right, I'm going to order a $5,000 cash bond.
No
Sorry,
music
Your
over
Honor.
here.
I was answering a question.
No problem.
What was the amount?
$5,000 cash or secured, released to pretrial, if posted, monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial, and do not return to that incident location. No contact of any kind with your co-defendants.
I know you guys have some questions in regards to the
And
dogs.
preliminary hearing will be on February 6th.
To be honest with you, I'm not sure what the dogs did to her or what she did to the dogs.
All right, sir, that's all. You're excused.
But what I can tell you is this: that those dogs got a protective order from that young lady. Also, it is rumored that she got banned from Petco and all major pet shops.
You're right.
I still didn't watch the video. I just watched it. Ay. Hey, I could only use my imagination, and my imagination is pretty horrific, pretty warped. So I could only imagine what she did to those poor puppies.
Sir, can I get
What
your
up,
full
hotness?
name? Mr. Salgado, I'm seeing you this morning on a couple of different matters. You've got new charges of possession of a narcotic drug, possession of a dangerous drug, and drug paraphernalia. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I'm going to appoint the legal defender's office to represent you, and you've got counsel seated next to you for today's hearing. I'm also seeing you on a warrant out of Superior Court for a failure to appear at your arraignment, and I believe this is the second time we've issued this warrant. You've been arrested already on this a couple of times and released to pretrial. That's for failure to register and failure to notify of your address or name change. Those are allegations from 2021.
Toilet flush.
As the state is recommending a $5,000 bond plus pretrial. Mr. Poston, is that concurrent or consecutive?
Be consecutive, Your Honor.
All right. I'll hear from defense.
Your Honor, in light of his housing situation and financial situation, we're asking for something lower. Is probably anything over $1,000 is going to be considered no bond for him.
All right, on the warrant matter, given the multiple failures to appear on that, I'm going to order a $10,000 bond. It'll be cash or secured, released to pretrial if that bond is posted, monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial.
This guy, we're going to have to do a wood chipper.
And I'll order that you report to the Pima County Sheriff's Department ID unit within 2 working days from your release from custody.
Wood chipper, preferably feet first.
The arraignment is scheduled for February 3rd at 1:30 in Superior Court. And then on the new drug charges, I'm going to order a $500 cash or secured bond. And we'll set a Steps hearing for February 3rd at 9 o'clock. We'll set the preliminary hearing for February 6th. Legal defender is appointed on that matter as well.
He didn't register, failed to register. So there's
right.
only one thing that I know
That's
that
all,
you
sir. You're excused.
that you could fail to register too, and it's not good. It's one of those type of charges.
It's not ready. Ustedes,
We talk to an attorney about that sort of stuff, but that's not going to be relevant.
Bingo.
Okay, but you can talk to them if you have some incorrect information related to your situation.
On the drug charges.
This is no, this is what do you call it? Pima County. I'm not sure what FTR is. No Nintendo. But yeah, so so he violated parole because he would have got arrested anyways if he wasn't on parole or probation, because you have to register when you have those type of crimes. Every time you move, you got to keep your information you got to keep them updated as far as, you know, your location or your whereabouts. And that's pretty much in most states it's lifetime registration. Oh, for FTR, okay, thank you. So unless they have a different type of fail to register in Arizona, like I know it is in Georgia. Next, let's see who's up next on The Price is Wrong.
Yes. Either through Hope or my grandmother's. Okay. Yeah.
And it's a trip because if you look at him, like he's all tatted up, you're like, man, this guy, you know, you can't tell, you know, but hey.
Hi, sir, give me just a moment.
Chameleon. Get all blasted in the face. And you can't tell. You just never know. Even like when it comes to like schools or people like in authority and stuff, you just never know. You can't tell. You can't tell by looking at the banner, so we can see them.
I've attended all my court dates.
Have you met with your attorney?
You know, everybody's screen is different because I have a second phone right here, and I'm able to see them clearly without the banner.
Is it probation?
Yes.
Tripping to know who your attorney
and welcome to You Have a CollectCallFrom. Do me a favor, guys. Hit that
absolutely.
Hit that follow button. It's free 99.
It's a classic undesignated.
Now I can't see the judge.
Actually, they a misdemeanor.
I don't know. I can't make you happy then, I guess.
I feel like that's pretty optimistic of him, but he's. I'm
hoping.
Yeah, you can help with it.
There we go.
Because it's LBD Laura Jason Davis. The one that you're supposed to be.
Please get your daily heart. Please get your daily heart.
Day Avenue, your current house.
Yes, ma'am.
On my screen, the arrows on the head. Yeah.
Right. Hi, sir. Can I get your full name?
Thank you.
Yes, Savigny Avila.
Mr. Avila, I'm seeing you this morning on charges of possession of narcotic drug, possession of drug paraphernalia. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I will appoint the legal defender's office to represent you. And you've got counsel seated next to you for today's hearing. It's like the state is asking for a $7,500 bond in lieu of no bond. I do see release to pretrial services. So they could be asking for a no bond, but instead they're asking for $7,500. Defense?
Your Honor, we're asking for release. Mr. Avila has indicated that he has been meeting with his attorney and going to his court dates in his other Pima County case. He has a 6 open plea available to him. So to allow him to proceed with his case and not disrupt that moving forward. He also has housing available, I should add. We're asking that he be released.
Stars. Hey, can somebody, I'm a bit...
Right, and I do see, I mean, it's scheduled for a change of plea in a few days this week. Is that your understanding, Mr. Avila? You're going to go to court on...
Yes, Your Honor. I do, and I just got out of a program. I'm sober. I'm going to all my court dates. This is from a few months ago, and I'm going to figure it out as well, but I plan to follow through with all my court proceedings. Absolutely.
Okay, yep, you're right. This is from November. All right, good. Well, I don't want to interrupt the good that you're doing, so I'm going to order that you be released to pretrial services on this one as well, okay? Make sure that you call your attorney right away and let them know that you've been charged with this, because they may want to do something with that before you take your plea on Friday. Your attorney's at the legal defender's office, is that right?
Yeah, Jacob Irwin, I believe.
Great. Okay. All right. So give him a call and let him know. Monitoring or treatment is directed by pretrial, no alcohol or illegal drugs, and preliminary hearing date we will set for February 18th. You're likely not going to go to court on that date. You'll get a hearing at a later date on this one. So just keep staying in touch with pretrial and with your attorney. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. You're welcome. You're excused.
Oh, I know. I know. Thank you.
Just like always. What's your lesson?
Oh, sir, can I get your full name?
Excuse me, Alexander Drummond.
Mr. Drummond, I am seeing you this morning on a warrant that you have out of Nevada for charge of domestic battery by strangulation. I see that Nevada asked for a no bond, but I believe that it says that this is a pre-conviction situation, so I need to order a bond.
Your Honor, considering it's a strangulation of $75,000.
You ain't going nowhere, Tyler. Diesel therapy.
I mean, it looks like he's here for the gem show, Your Honor. He is employed. I mean, I don't know if Vegas is going to come get him or Nevada's going to come get him.
Oh, they're going to come get him.
Whatever feels appropriate, Judge.
What up, Nisha?
So I am seeing no priors at all. At least that was the information collected by pretrial, and
DV.
no previous arrest.
Strangulation.
I just had to leave it listed too.
One. Drop one, flush one. Hey, Joe, how's it going? Hey, what up, Joe? What up, Jigga Joe? How's it going? Drop one, flush one.
So, sir. Sir. Hey.
Domestic violence.
Can you see me?
Yes, ma'am. On the screen, I can see you.
Okay. So I see that you've got no prior criminal history. That's the information that we have. I see that you've never been arrested in this matter, and that you've been living in North Carolina, and you're here for the gem show. So I am going to give you a shot here from outside of the jail.
What?
All right. Yeah. So I don't want to. I'm not asking you any questions. I'm telling you things.
Yeah, shut your
okay.
Mouth. Shut your mouth.
I'm going to release you to pretrial services. You need to check in with them when you get out. You need to get in touch with your attorney at the legal defender's office when you get out. You need to call them right away and make sure that everybody has your contact information. Okay. You're going to stay here in Pima County and go to work. And I'm going to set a review hearing in Superior Court with me this Friday, January 31st at 2:30 in the afternoon. You have to be at that hearing, or I am going to issue a warrant for your arrest, and then you very likely will not get out of custody at that time. All right? You need to take care of this, because if you don't, Nevada is going to be really mad at me for letting you out of custody, okay, without a bond.
Extremely mad.
So I'm trusting that you're going to take care of this. You're going to see me in court on Friday with your attorney so that we can hear more from the state about whether or not Nevada is wanting to extradite you and how quickly that might happen. All right, so stay in touch with everybody, and you'll see me in court on Friday, Superior Court at 2:30. Got it?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Judge, I want to clarify, you released him to the supervision of pretrial services?
Correct.
Okay.
And I'm ordering I'll just one other order that you have no contact of any kind with the alleged victim from this. Don't call her on the phone or anything, okay? All right.
Hey, that's wild right there. That's wild. She knows she's not supposed to let that fool go, and she's letting him go. I wonder why. That's the $1 million question.
So then you're on the 8th floor. The address is
There has to be some type of connection that she's letting him go. It's Utah. If you're from Utah, you know who runs Utah.
Friday,
and you guys are connecting the dots. I'm not gonna say it because I'm not trying to, ruffle any feathers, if you will. But I think they might be part of the same group, if you will.
I
Good morning.
Sir, can I get your full name, please?
It was a domestic
Daniel
violence.
Mar Lopez Figueroa.
Mr. Figueroa, seeing you this morning for charges of possession of narcotic drugs, possession of dangerous drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I will appoint the legal defender's office to represent you. You've got counsel seated next to you for today's hearing. Mr. Poston, you saved pretrial services in a couple of places here, but also 2,500. I'm seeing no prior history and steps eligible. You pretrial, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So, sir, I'm going to order that you be released to the third-party custody of pretrial services. You need to check in with them when you get out. I'm ordering monitoring or treatment as directed by them. No alcohol or illegal drugs. We're going to set what's called a STEPS hearing. You are very likely eligible for a drug diversion program where if you get to court, I'm going to give you a court date in a week. If you get to that hearing and you participate in some drug treatment, you could have these drug charges dismissed before they're ever formally charged, which would be a really good thing for you given your lack of history, okay? So you're going to go to Pima County Superior Court on the 3rd floor in 1 week from today, next Monday, February 3rd at 9 o'clock in the morning. And counsel, we have time for the PH?
Yes, Judge.
We'll make that March 13th. All right, sir. So when you get out, get in touch with pretrial, your attorney at the legal defender's office, be in Superior Court in a week. All right?
Sounds good. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. You're excused.
So like she said, if you show up for this hearing, you're able to bring a separate account. So you want to make sure.
And we're back.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Welcome.
All right, guys, they're on to me. They are on.
What's your last name?
All right, sir. You have a great day.
And if you haven't done so, please do so. Jump over to our other platform. Jump over to the.
Hi, ma'am. Can I get your full name?
Alyssa Holmes.
Ms. Holmes, I'm seeing you this morning on a couple of different matters. You're charged with felony charges of.
Thank you for sharing, Tita. I encourage you guys.
Drug paraphernalia.
To jump over to.
And narcotic possession. I'm not certain if they're charging her. I have to look at the statute with sales or not. There's a reference to sales, and I know that Mr. Poston, you put sales in your recommendation, but I don't think there's probable cause as to sales.
State submits on the written record, Your Honor. All
right. I know, I mean, there's 71 pills, but it reads to me like there's no other indicia of sales, and it looks like it's personal, so I'm going to go with personal. And there's also a misdemeanor charge of driving under the influence, but I don't see any probable cause as to that either. The interim complaint says that it was a slump driver, and there's no indication that that she was in actual physical control. So I am gonna dismiss the DUI charge without prejudice.
Thank you for those of you that jumped over from CT to YT. Highly appreciate it. Man,
I'm just
we're
going to
hot
check on the
too,
statute
man.
and see what they put on the interim here. If this is, no, this can't be sales because it's an F4. So, all right. So given that, Ms. Holmes, it looks like you are very likely eligible for a drug diversion program.
I got 2
where if you
streams.
get to court in a week, I'm going to release you to pretrial services. So if you get to your hearing in a week and you participate in some drug treatment, you could possibly have these felony drug charges dismissed before they're ever formally charged, which would be a really great thing for you because it looks like you've got no felony history. So you could keep that clean record if you do this program. Are you interested in that?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to order that you be released to pretrial services. Monitoring or treatment is directed by them. No alcohol or illegal drugs. Public defender is appointed. Steps hearing is in 1 week from today, Monday, February 3rd, 9 o'clock in the morning, Superior Court on the 3rd floor. And counsel waive time?
Yes, Judge.
We'll make that PH March 13th. All right, ma'am, you understand all of that?
Yes, but this is the important. You've shown for this one very likely you'll be a contract that you go over with the attorney. You go to the contract, you continue 30 days of treatment. The treatment.
I know you guys couldn't see it, but I got 2 streams going on YT. I got parole board hearings and I got this one, the one I'm on. You gotta hit the live button, and it's gonna be.
So not to say
it's gonna be the second hearing, the one that says initial appearances.
It's not 30 days from this. They're going to review with the treatment provider. They say this is what we recommend, and then that's the 30 days start. Usually for most people, it's IOC. It comes about through the patient's passes. Okay.
So you see right there is the
So
second one.
speaking here. Yeah, that's the big one. Yeah, we can show up. That's the next step, basically. Okay. And this and also all pretrial services once you get out of custody today.
What up,
Okay.
Ostrich?
Seeing those 2 things. Right. Luna.
So yeah, I forget to mention that sometimes I'll run 2 streams. I'll be on one, and then I'll be running the other one will be solo. So the solo one is the board hearings. This is the initial
Hi, sir,
appearances.
can I get your full name?
Jose Luna.
Mr. Luna, I'm seeing you this morning on charges of domestic violence, aggravated harassment, and stalking. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I will appoint the legal defender's office to represent you. And you've got counsel seated next to you for today's hearing. Mr. Poston, your recommendation came out blank. Did you have one?
Yeah. Right, this one, Mr. Luna is accused of having violated an order of protection. It appears to be a clear and one moment. One moment.
Man, they let him out. He violated it. Do you guys think they're gonna let him out again? What do you guys think? This judge is she's being mighty lenient today. Let's see what she does with this guy. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if she let him go. But let's see. Let's see what it is.
Give me just a second, Your Honor. I'm just going to fill this one up.
Where are they? Where are they today? What are they? Today we're in Pima today. Pima County. She's gonna let him out. Yeah.
Yes, Your Honor. In this case, actually, I'm not sure what happened to the text here, but Your Honor, this person is subject to an order of protection, protecting the mother of his child, and on several instances, it is documented that he violated the order of protection. In one instance, following her whilst she drived, and then later in the day, the vehicle was seen in their neighborhood. There's apparently video. And then there was, and it would appear that the defendant the victim actually went ahead and verified some information with a third party that made it even more likely that indeed it was this person that has been violating order of protection. Considering all of the circumstances, Your Honor, and looking at I'm going to pull back up the pretrial on this individual. The state is most concerned about this person's direct risk to the protected party. It is considered a violent felony, and looking at this, he is a yes for a new violent crime risk and a 4 and a 3. And I am looking at history of theft, kidnap, robbery, armed robbery. 25. Actually, in this one, you're under $50,000 plus pretrial release, pretrial services.
Defense?
He does have housing available separate from the alleged victim. Does have employment. We would just ask for something less than $50,000.
I'll make it a $25,000 bond. It'll be cashed or secured, released to pretrial if posted, monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial. No acts of domestic violence, no firearms or weapons, no contact of any kind with the alleged victim who has an active order of protection. That's Nicole Alvarez. Do not go to her residence, workplace, contact her on the phone or any other way. And I'm going to order that you do not go within 1,000 feet of her residence.
Okay.
Preliminary hearing date is scheduled for February 6th, but sir, that hearing is very likely not going to happen on that date. You'll get a hearing at a later date. So if you do post your bond, you need to make sure you're in touch with pretrial and with your attorney so that you know when to get to court. All right, sir, that's all. You're excused.
Next. All right. Hey, if you're not tapping, you must be napping. If you're napping.
Hey, sir, can I get your full name?
My name is Jose Alfredo Munoz.
Mr. Munoz, I am seeing you this morning on a few different matters. You've got some warrants out of different jurisdictions. You've got one out of Sierra Vista Justice Court for charges of DUI and false reporting to law enforcement from 2023. And it looks like you've been arrested and released on this a few times. And then you've also got a DUI out of Cochise County Bisbee Court that is also from 2023. And then you've got one warrant out of Pima County Justice Court for contracting without a license from 2019. Both Bisbee Court and Sierra Vista Court both asked for me to hold you on bonds. So I'm going to order on the Cochise County matter. They asked for a $5,000 bond, so I will make that $5,000. If you were to post your bond, no alcohol or illegal drugs, do not drive without a valid driver's license. We're going to set a review hearing for February 27th at 9 o'clock in the morning. If you're still here, but you likely will get picked up by them if you do not post the bond. If you do end up posting your bonds, you've got to get in contact with them to get court dates where you can use those bonds and warrants will issue again. All right, on the Sierra Vista matter, they asked for a $1,500 bond, so that'll be cash or secured, and you'll have that same review hearing if you're still in custody.
It's actually they were working on to get me for the class 4 felony on the Bisbee, which is Cochise County, state county as the Sierra Vista. I was going to plead guilty to the felony.
Sir, I need to know that. You're going to deal with the court there on that. I'm just imposing your release conditions right now. I'm on this Pima County Justice Court matter. I'm going to order that you be released so that one of those other jurisdictions can come and pick you up. But you're still going to have to deal with this old 2019 case. If you don't deal with it, warrants are just going to keep issuing for your arrest. Do you understand that? All right, I'm going to set a hearing for you on February 3rd at 1:30, but I'll put in your paperwork that you are likely going to be in custody still at that time. All right, sir, that's all. You're excused.
What's up with his neck? Damn. Be careful there, buddy. Next. Let's see what's up on the prices right today.
Hi, sir. Can I get your full name?
Gabriel Nicholson.
All right, Mr. Nicholson, I'm seeing you this morning on a couple of matters. Both are, well, one is a misdemeanor from January 17th of this year for shoplifting. We'll get to that one next. You're also charged with aggravated shoplifting. That is a felony charge. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. On the felony, I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and you've got counsel seated next to you for today's hearing. State is recommending a $7,500 bond plus pretrial services. Given the failure here, high scores on the risk scales. So I'll hear from defense.
I mean, I would just ask to consider something lower than that in light of his indigency.
All right, on the felony, I'll order a $5,000 bond. It'll be cash or secured, released to pretrial services. If that bond is posted, monitoring or treatment is directed by pretrial. Do not go back to Walmart.
Not the Walmart.
Preliminary hearing date is scheduled for February 6th, but sir, that hearing is very likely not going to happen on that date. You're going to get a hearing at a later date. So if you do post your bond, you would need to make sure that you're in touch with pretrial and with your attorney so you know when to get to court. And now on this justice court matter, I'm going to order a $500 after secured bond on that. I will appoint Douglas Taylor to represent you in Pima County Justice Court.
Hey, as long as he could go to Circle K, he'll be all right.
Don't go back to that incident location, which is also a Walmart. The same Walmart, I think. And you're going to be seen tomorrow, January 28th at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on the misdemeanor charge. All right, sir, that is all. You're excused.
Man, everybody's getting out today.
Ramirez.
Let's see what Ramirez did today.
Hi, ma'am. Can I get your full name?
Maria Ramirez.
Ms. Ramirez, I'm seeing you this morning on a couple of different matters. You've got new charges of possession of narcotic drug, possession of dangerous drug, possession of drug paraphernalia. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and you've got counsel seated next to you for today's hearing. I've also got a warrant out of Pima County Justice Court for a shoplift from 2022. We'll deal with that one next. State's asking for a $2,500 bond plus pretrial, given the high scores on the scales. However, I am seeing no prior felony history. Steps eligible. And she's got a residence in Tucson. Defense?
Keanu, we're asking for release. She's going to be released on the steps case anyway, assuming that she is eligible. So allow her to prove that she can show up for court next week.
Or prove that she's not going to show up.
So, ma'am, I'm concerned about releasing you because you've got a prior history of failing to appear in court. I'm going to give you two different court dates. One is going to be next week, and one is going to be like in about a month in justice court. You've got to get to both of those hearings so that warrants don't continue to issue for your arrest. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're very likely eligible for a drug diversion program where if you get to Superior Court for your hearing in a week, You could possibly have these felony drug charges dismissed before they're ever formally charged, which would be a really good thing for you given your lack of history. Keep that felony record clean. You interested in that?
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to order release to pretrial services, supervision on the felony, monitoring or treatment as directed by them, no alcohol or illegal drugs. That hearing, the steps hearing will be in Superior Court on the 3rd floor in 1 week from today. It's next Monday, February 3rd at 9 o'clock in the morning. And counsel, waive time for the PH?
Yes, Judge.
That'll be March 13th. All right, so you're going to get in touch with pretrial and with your attorney at the public defender's office, and you are going to be in Superior Court in 1 week at 9 o'clock in the morning. And then on this justice court warrant, I'm going to order your release on your promise to appear in court. I'm ordering that you not return to the incident location from that shoplift. Your hearing there, oh, it's actually going to be sooner than I thought. It'll be February 10th. So that's in 2 weeks from today. I need this judge in my That's February 10th at 2 o'clock in the afternoon in Pima County Justice Court. All right, ma'am?
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
So you're going to get pretrial services. Thank you for the defender. Your case will be assigned because of this.
She had rugs. She had some rugs.
So it's going to take some work.
Brittany, thank you for sharing that live.
Yeah, so make sure you show up. So you have to do 30 days, but some of them have, it's not 30 days from the we're going to figure out what you're and then they'll say these are recommendation. Sometimes you need the recommendations for at least 30 days. Most people do it.
Hell no, I don't know her.
Thank you.
Nope, I do not know her.
Yeah.
Aaron, thank you for sharing the live. Highly appreciate it. Next on The Price is Wrong, let's see what this gentleman's here for.
Hi, sir. Can I get your full name?
Homer Lewis Shell Jr.
Mr. Shell, I'm seeing you this morning on a warrant that you have out of Maricopa County for charges of misconduct involving weapons and possession of dangerous drugs. It looks like you've been arrested and released on this a few times. This Maricopa County is asking to hold you on a $5,000 cash-only bond. That's going to be my order. So if you were to post that bond, you would need to make sure that you get in touch with Maricopa County and get yourself a court date, or you could lose that bond. And another warrant's going to issue for your arrest. If you do not post that bond, you'll stay here at Pima County Jail until Maricopa County comes to pick you up, which I would assume will be sometime in the next week or so. But I am going to set a review hearing to make sure that they've come to get you. We'll set that for February 10th at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Your Honor, by chance, would I be able to request the ankle monitor?
No.
I do have work. I just slipped. Okay, no problem.
Sorry.
Thank you.
All right. Your excuse. Thanks.
I got work. Yeah, right. They're gonna let you go home, boy. You're gonna have to sit in there. You have to go to Maricopa County and vámonos. Next on The Price is Wrong.
Hi, ma'am. Can I get your full name?
Mighty rough.
Madeline Anthony Wager.
Ms. Wager, I am seeing you this morning on a couple of different matters. You've been charged with 2 counts of third-degree burglary, theft, and criminal trespass of a residential yard and possession of drug paraphernalia. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I am going to appoint the Legal Advocate's Office to represent you, and you've got counsel seated next to you for today's hearing. State's asking for a $7,500 bond with pretrial services. There is also a warrant out of Santa Cruz County that is for a traffic offense. So we'll deal with that one next. I'll hear from defense.
Your Honor, we're asking for release. She reports she has housing and employment. She has one prior from 1998 in which it looks like she successfully completed probation with a slight extension, and that was over 20 years ago.
Ma'am, where are you living?
AZ, yep.
3 Points.
Where?
3 Points, Arizona.
Okay. You've got an address there?
Yeah, I live with my dad.
Okay. So, ma'am, I'm going to order that you be released on these felony charges to pretrial services supervision. You need to be in touch with them when you get out. I'm ordering monitoring or treatment as directed by them. No alcohol or illegal drugs. Do not return to this incident location. And preliminary hearing date is scheduled for February 6th. But, ma'am, that hearing is very likely not going to happen on that date. You're going to get a hearing at a later date, so it's really important that you're in touch with pretrial and with your attorney at the legal advocate's office so that you know when to get to court. Do you understand that?
Yes. Yes.
I'm also ordering that you have no contact of any kind with the co-defendants. And then I'm going to order that you be released on your promise to appear for this. It looks like it's a Patagonia Justice Court case.
Patagonia?
Yeah.
So you're going to have to get in contact with them when you get out. That information is going to be on your paperwork. All right. If you do not get in contact with them and set up a hearing to deal with this, what looks like a traffic offense, then you're just going to continue to get warrants for your arrest. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. You're excused.
So on YT, I have 2 streams running. I got this stream running, and then I got a border parole.
All right.
From
Thanks, everybody.
Connecticut running. Oh, that's it. It's over. It's over. Anyhow, hey, so I really appreciate you guys, tuning in. I said we got 347. I'm going to take a small little break. The next court's going to start at 10 o'clock my time. So that'll be in about what is it? It's 9:16 right now. You guys do the math. And about a little bit over 34 minutes. I need a little break. Oh, border patrol? What the wood? Anyhow, hey, please hit that subscribe. Or no, don't hit the subscribe button. The subscribe button costs $4.99, and times are rough. Hit the free one. Hit the follow. The follow. It's free 99. Doesn't cost you anything. And don't be a Scrooge McDuck. Don't be a Mr. Krabby Patty. Come on, follow, hook me up. I'm trying to get to that 20K on TikTok, if you will. I'm trying to hit the 5K on YouTube. I am running two streams at the same time right now. I got this one, and I also got a border parole hearing in on the other account. Sometimes I do that. So if you jump from TikTok over to YT, make sure you hit the right one. If you see a border parole hearing, obviously I'm not there because I'm here. So you just go to the live tab, hit live, boom, and then you'll see two lives. It'll say live and live, boom. Just hit the one that you see me at. Have a good one, everyone, for sure. So yeah, man, hey, follow. Going over to YouTube now. Hey, gracias, highly appreciate it. Yeah, so I'm gonna take a little break right now. I'm gonna cut the TikTok stream. The YouTube stream I'm gonna leave up. All right, so you guys could go ahead and chat it up or whatever you guys want to do. Do your thing. Let me see, switching over to TY. Yeah, so I'll be back. Buenos dias, mama. My daughter just walked in, so I'm gonna go ahead and go hang out with her for a bit, do some things. Bueno, why you? ¿Ya te lavaste los dientes? Go brush your teeth. Don't be dirty. All right, guys. I really appreciate you guys. I am Collect Call James. You are watching. You have a collect call from. And like I say around here, like a candle in the wind. Life's like a candle. Once you blow it out, it's lights out. And with that, we're out. Rato. All right, espérate. Hold on. Your horses. Gallos. All right, so if you're on YouTube, I'm gonna leave the stream up. I'll be back in about 30 minutes or so, and I'll swap the screen over right now really quick. So like that. Oops, hold on, not that one here. Let me see, window capture. Let me swap it over really quick. I gotta get something to eat because I am hungry today. Ay. We see. Uh-huh. Sí, mi niña. All right, let's get this up here. Live court. Bam. Let's see. All right, so it's up and going. It's up and ready. So I'll be back in about 40 minutes. All right, guys. Thank you, guys. And with that being said, I'm out.
Guys, all right. Thank you. Please be seated. And the interpreter. Great. Good morning. Can the interpreter hear me?
Good morning, Your Honor. Yes, I can.
All right, we'll get started. Good morning, everyone. This is the 11 a.m. calendar for January 27th, 2025. The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were issued on the 2 a.m. calendar on the first day of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar.
Buenos días. Esta es la vista inicial de las 11 de la mañana y estamos al 27 de enero del año 2025. Las órdenes asentadas respecto a la toma de las huellas dactilares y la muestra de ADN tomadas a las 2 de la mañana el primero del mes aplica a esta audiencia también.
My name is Commissioner Lacey Fisher. In a moment, I'll call each one of you up to the podium one at a time to let you know why you're here and whether or not you'll be released.
Muy bien, está hablando con ustedes la comisionada Fisher y se les va a informar de lo que tiene en sus acusaciones y las condiciones de la libertad.
Please keep in mind a couple of things. First, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say during this proceeding could be used against you in your case.
Y también tome en cuenta que usted tiene el derecho a que guarde silencio, pero todo lo que usted diga aquí en esta audiencia se podrá utilizar en contra de usted.
Second, you have the right to counsel. Most of you have qualified for a court-appointed lawyer. I'm sure you have a lot of questions about your case. The person you need to speak with is your attorney. I can't give you legal advice.
Y también a muchos de ustedes se les nombrará a un abogado de oficio si muchos de ustedes califican y también quizás tendrá usted muchas preguntas, pero espere a que haga todas sus preguntas a su abogado defensor. Y también no se le permite a la juez asesorarlos legalmente.
Finally, I'm going to be giving you a lot of important information during your hearing, including telling you your next court date. Everything that I tell you during your hearing, including your next court date,
will be in the written paperwork the officers give you at the end of your hearing. So please hold on to that paperwork. It will be very important.
Y también ustedes van a recibir mucha información tocante a las citas que tiene en el tribunal y todo esto va a estar por escrito en el papeleo que usted va a recibir al final de esta audiencia y por eso no deseche este papel las próximas citas, sino que guárdelo porque será muy importante.
We'll start with Oscar Rodriguez, please.
Empezaremos con el señor Oscar Rodríguez, por favor.
And then if we could get Joseph Miller to take a seat in the chair by the door. All right, good morning, sir. Is your name Oscar Rodriguez?
Muy bien, señor. Buenos días. ¿Su nombre es Oscar Rodríguez?
Así es.
That's right.
And is your date of birth September 10th, 1996?
¿Y la fecha de nacimiento de usted, señor? ¿Es el 10 de septiembre del 96?
Así es.
That's right.
All right, I have you here on a warrant out of the El Mirage Municipal Court for one allegation of disorderly conduct, a Class 1 misdemeanor.
Bueno, señor, usted está aquí por una orden de aprehensión expedido por el juzgado municipal de El Mirage y con un punto de acusación de conducta desordenada. Es una falta de categoría 1.
And one allegation of criminal damage, a Class 2 misdemeanor.
Y también otro punto de acusación de daños a propiedad ajena. Es una falta de categoría 2.
Both alleged to have occurred on August 4th of 2024.
Y ambos acusaciones se alegan que ocurrieron el día 4 de agosto del 2024.
I am appointing you a lawyer, and you will have court on February 18th at 8 o'clock in the morning in the El Mirage Municipal Court.
Y se le va a programar la audiencia, señor. Usted, pardon the interrupter, Your Honor. Can you repeat the statement?
Absolutely. I am appointing you a lawyer, and you will have court on February 18th at 8 o'clock in the morning in the El Mirage Municipal Court.
Bien, señor, a usted se le va a nombrar a un abogado defensor que lo represente. La próxima audiencia que tendrá usted estará programada para el día 18 de febrero a las 8 de la mañana en el Tribunal Municipal de El Mirage.
I'm planning to release you on your own recognizance, which means I will release you as long as you promise to go to court and follow the written orders in your paperwork.
Usted, señor, quedará en libertad bajo caución juratoria, con su promesa de que usted se presentará a la cita en el tribunal, según como se le programa en el tribunal de El Mirage, y también cumplir las órdenes de libertad preventiva en el papeleo que va a recibir.
Those orders will include that you're not to return to the scene of any alleged crime or have contact with any alleged victim or witness.
También estas condiciones son de que se le prohíbe, señor, de que usted regrese al lugar del supuesto ilícito, o tampoco tenga comunicación con testigos o también víctimas o supuestas víctimas.
You are not to possess any weapons, and you must obey any terms of any orders of protection that have been issued or may be issued.
Y también tiene usted la obligación de cumplir una orden de alejamiento, si acaso se ha expedido una orden de aprehensión, una orden de alejamiento.
If you fail to comply or you fail to appear at your court date, a warrant can issue for your arrest.
Si usted incumple estos órdenes de libertad preventiva o incomparece al tribunal, señor, se expediría orden de aprehensión.
Do you promise to go to your court date?
Señor, ¿usted promete en presentarse al tribunal?
Lo prometo.
I promise.
Thank you, sir. Do you have any questions?
Gracias, señor. ¿Tienes preguntas?
Sí, así es.
Yes, I do.
Quiero saber, el oficial que me aprendió me dijo de que tenía una orden de arresto por no haber cumplido la corte que tenía, pero cuando tenía la corte yo estaba en prisión. Estando en prisión me dijeron que esa corte ya no contaba o ya no tenía validez.
When I was taken into custody by the officer, he told me that I had a warrant, but at the time that I had my hearing, I was incarcerated. I was in prison, and I was told that that hearing was not going to take place, that it was not valid anymore.
So this is an initial arrest warrant. So I'm not seeing you because you missed a court date or you missed a hearing. They've recently decided to file charges against you. So it may have been the circumstance that after you were initially arrested, the city didn't pursue charges. Maybe they were waiting to gather some additional information. But I can tell you that the warrant is now valid. So you'll have to talk with the judge at that court to see what you can work out.
Pardon the interpreter, Your Honor. Can you repeat that, but in shorter segments, so the interpreter can interpret?
Sure. You're not here. I'm not seeing you because you failed to appear at court. This is an initial arrest warrant.
Señor, usted no está aquí por faltar al tribunal. Esta es la vista inicial.
That means that the city has decided to file charges against you.
Esto quiere decir que el Estado decidió de entablar acusaciones en contra de usted.
When you were originally arrested on these allegations, at that time, the city may have not filed charges against you. They may have needed additional information or had other reasons for waiting.
Y cuando usted originalmente fue arrestado con esta acusación o esta causa, quizás no tenía toda la información necesaria o faltaba.
So talk to your judge at your next hearing. He or she should be able to give you more information as to what's going on with your case.
Hable con el juez de la próxima audiencia y le podrán dar información, ya sea él o la juez, podrán darle más información respecto al caso.
Any other questions, sir?
¿Otra pregunta que tenga, señor?
Sí. He estado cumpliendo con las normas que se me impusieron, con todo lo que mencionó el honorable juez. Y estoy en proceso de adquirir un abogado para poder seguir mi caso.
I just want to say that I've been complying with all the orders imposed by the honorable judge, and I am in the process of obtaining a defense attorney.
All right. Thank you for telling me that. Go ahead and step to your left and make sure you get a copy of your paperwork.
Está bien, señor. Gracias por decirme eso. Pásele aquí a su lado para que obtenga el papeleo.
Okay. Gracias.
Okay, thank you.
And then, Mr. Interpreter, before you go, could you inquire with the gallery to see if anyone else needs your help?
Yes, Your Honor. ¿Alguien más aquí ocupará interpretación en español? ¿Alguien aquí no habla inglés? Puede decir su nombre o levante su mano.
All right. It doesn't look like there's anyone else. Thank you very much. Have a great week.
Thank you, Your Honor. Likewise.
All right. I'll see Joseph Miller, please. And then if I could get Julian Bueno to the chair by the door, please. Good morning, sir. Please tell me your full name and your date of birth.
Joseph Thomas Miller, 92693.
Thank you, sir. I have you here on a new case. You're arrested on one allegation of aggravated assault, a Class 5 felony, and one allegation of resisting arrest, a Class 6 felony. I have found probable cause to support those allegations, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You will have court on January 31st and February 5th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. Because it's alleged that these offenses occurred while you were on pretrial felony release out of Pinal County in CR 2024-00682, by law you must remain in custody without bail. I am setting a bail eligibility hearing for you on February 3rd at 1:30 in the afternoon. You're also here on 2 probation violation matters. In each one of those cases, a petition to revoke your probation has been filed. I'm appointing you a lawyer in those cases as well, and you'll have court on February 3rd at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. In your probation violation matters, pursuant to Rule 7.2C, You'll remain in custody without bail until at least your next court date on the 3rd. Finally, you're here on a matter ending in 075 out of the Casa Grande Justice Court for failing to appear at your court date there. In that case, I'm ordering that a lawyer be appointed to represent you, and you'll have court on January 30th at 8:30 in the morning in the Casa Grande Justice Court. You have a $626 secured appearance bond in that case. Even though you have a bond in that case, because you're being held without bail in your other matters, if you pay that bond, you won't get released from custody. The only thing that will happen is you won't get credit for the days you are serving in custody on that matter. Do you understand everything I've told you, sir?
Yes.
Any questions? All right. Thanks, sir. You can step to your left. Julian Bueno, and then Trevon Ahumada to the chair by the door, please. Good morning. Please tell me your full name and your date of birth.
Julian Bueno, January 5th, 1998.
Thank you. I have you here on, hold on one second. I have you here on a new case. You're arrested on one allegation of shoplifting, a Class 6 felony. I have found probable cause to support those allegations, and I'm appointing you an attorney. You'll have court on February 3rd and February 5th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. You have a $10,000 secured appearance bond, and I'm ordering that you comply with all of the written instructions in your paperwork. You're also here on 3 probation violation matters. In each one of your probation cases, a Term 1 violation has been alleged. They're saying this new arrest constitutes a violation of your probation. I'm appointing you a lawyer in those cases as well, and you'll have court on February 3rd at 8:30 in the morning. In your probation violation matters, pursuant to Rule 7.2c, you'll remain in custody without bail until at least your next court date on the 3rd. So hold on one second. Even though you have a bond in your new case, because you're currently being held without bail in your probation matters, if you posted that bond, you would not get released from custody. The only thing that would happen is you wouldn't get credit for the days you are serving in custody in that case. Now, what did you want to tell me, sir?
I never absconded.
I'm not alleging that you did abscond.
So why do I got 3 different probation violations?
You have 3 probation cases. In each one of those probation cases, they are alleging that this new arrest is a violation of your probation.
But it's a concurrent. They're all ran concurrent. Why should they be all stacked on me? They all ran concurrent. When I signed for them all as one.
Okay, they're still under separate case numbers. So they're going to still be listed as 3 separate probation cases, even if the sentences are running concurrently.
No,
you can talk more with your lawyer about that if you think that's not right.
No, okay. So even though I didn't abscond, there's no any chance I could get out on pretrial services?
The allegation is that you were on release in the community under the state's supervision on probation and committed a new felony offense. So correct. I'm not going to release you at this time.
Shoplifting is a felony?
Based on the facts in your case, the amount which you shoplifted and the manner in which you shoplifted is alleged to be a felony, correct?
But I never left the store property, nor did I damage the product. I didn't do no product damage. I didn't do anything wrong. Like they got the whole merchandise back as the same way I got it. They could have they easily just grabbed the merchandise back and put it back on the shelf.
That very well may be true, but I've still found probable cause to support the allegation. If you think you have a defense to these allegations, you can talk to your lawyer. All right, so go ahead and step to your left. Make sure you get your paperwork. Thank you, sir. Trevon Ahumada, and then Juanita Thomas to the chair by the door. Good morning, sir. Please tell me your full name and your date of birth.
Trevon Ahumada, November 16, 1998.
November?
16.
All right, thank you. I have you here on a new case. You're arrested on one allegation of shoplifting, a Class 6 felony. I have found probable cause to support that allegation, and I'm appointing you an attorney. You'll have court on February 3rd and February 5th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. You have a $2,500 secured appearance bond, and I'm ordering that you comply with all of the written instructions in your paperwork. Do you understand everything I've told you, sir?
Yes.
Any questions?
No.
All right. Thanks, sir. You can step to your left. Juanita Thomas, and then Denali Faulkner to the chair by the door, please. Good morning. Please tell me your full name and your date of birth.
Juanita Thomas, 11/20/1990.
Thank you. I have you here on a new case. You're arrested on what allegation of attempted robbery, which is a Class 4 felony. I have found probable cause to support that allegation, and I'm appointing you an attorney. You'll have court on February 3rd and February 5th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. You have a $2,500 secured appearance bond, and I'm ordering that you comply with all of the written orders in your paperwork, which will include that you're not to have contact with any alleged victim or witness, and you're not to possess any weapons. Do you understand everything I've told you?
Yes.
Any questions?
So I have, am I gonna be released today, or?
You're going to remain in custody until at least your next court date, unless you post your bond or unless the state decides not to pursue charges.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions?
No.
All right. Thank you. Denali Faulkner and then Eden Sosa to the chair by the door, please. Good morning. Please tell me your full name and your date of birth.
Denali Faulkner, 11/25/86.
Thank you, and I apologize for mispronouncing your name.
That's okay.
I have you here on a new case. You're arrested on one allegation of possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, and one allegation of possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. However, I did not find probable cause to support those allegations. That doesn't mean those allegations necessarily go away. The county attorney could still bring those charges against you. It simply means that based on the limited information I was provided this morning, I did not find enough evidence to support those allegations at this time, so I'm not holding you as to those allegations. I am still appointing you a lawyer, and you'll still have court on February 11th and February 13th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. But otherwise, as to that matter, you'd be released without condition. However, you're also here on 2 warrant matters. In the matter ending in 677, you're here on a probation violation matter. A petition to revoke your probation has been filed in that case. I'm appointing you a lawyer, and you'll have court on February 3rd at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. In that matter, you have a $500 secured appearance bond, and I'm ordering that you comply with all of the written instructions in your paperwork. It will include that should you post your bond and be released, you need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release from custody. And then finally, you're here on a warrant in the matter ending in 929 out of Peoria Municipal Court for an interfering with judicial proceedings matter, which is a misdemeanor. I'm appointing you a lawyer in that case. You'll have court on January 30th at 9 o'clock in the morning in the Peoria Municipal Court, and I'm affirming your judge's bond, which is a $700 secured appearance bond. Even though you have bonds in each of the cases, unless you can pay the bonds in both of the cases, you won't get released. So don't just pay bond in one of them. If you only paid bond in one of the matters, you wouldn't get released from custody. The only thing that would happen is you wouldn't get credit for the time you're serving in that matter. Do you understand everything I've told you?
Yes.
Any questions?
No.
All right. Thanks, ma'am. You can step to your left.
Thank you.
Eden Sosa, and then Matthew Baer to the chair by the door, please. Good morning. Please tell me your full name and your date of birth.
Eden Rose Garcia Sosa, 6/26/99. May I say something real quick?
You can. Let me just make sure I get all of the information I need to tell you, and then I promise I'll hear you out, okay? I have you here on 2 warrants. Both are out of another county. The matter ending in 257 is out of the Central Pinal Justice Court. The matter ending in 356 is also out of the Central Pinal Justice Court. One is for criminal trespassing. The other is for driving on a suspended license. In both of these matters, I'm appointing you a lawyer, and in both of these matters, you'll have court on January 30th at 8:30 in the morning in the Central Pinal Justice Court. In both of these matters, I'm affirming your judge's bond, which in the matter ending in 257 is a $527 bond, and in the matter ending in 356 is a $427 bond. Both of those are secured appearance bonds, meaning that you can use a bonding company to help post the bond. I'm also ordering that should you post your bond and be released, that you comply with all of the written orders in your paperwork. Now, what did you want to say, ma'am?
Can I please be released on pretrial services? I have a new job. I have to pay rent in a couple days. I can't be stuck in here. I don't even have my debit cards on me to try and post my own bond.
Okay, I appreciate that. Unfortunately, these are warrants from a different county. So it's my obligation to affirm those warrant amounts because it's a completely different county.
It can't be reduced a little bit?
I'm not going to reduce it. I'm affirming your judge's bond. The bond was determined by your judge in your case in an entirely different county. I'm a Maricopa County judicial officer. This is from an entirely different county, so I'm not going to modify the bond at this time. You'll have to talk to your judge if you want to try and get the bond modified. Any other questions?
When will I be transferred out there?
That's a question for the sheriff's office, but your court date is set right now on the 30th, which is just in a couple days because today is the 27th. All right. Thank you, ma'am. Go ahead and step to your left. Matthew Bayer, and then Colt Workhoven to the chair by the door, please. Matthew Bayer. Good morning. Please tell me your full name and your date of birth.
Matthew Robert Bayer, 12/1996.
Thank you. I have you here on a bench warrant out of Superior Court for failing to appear at your court date. You'll have court on February 3rd and February 5th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. You have a $500 secured appearance bond, and I'm ordering that you comply with all of the written instructions in your paperwork. Do you understand everything I've told you, sir?
May I just do one thing in there?
Sure.
I was actually trying to call and reschedule it, you know? But I'm happy the way it worked out because I had a place to sleep and it wasn't so cold. But actually, I've been, I was wondering if I could be released to my family, because I want to go to work and I want to do something for myself and my community. I'll be at the next one, you know, at the next court date. But I was trying to call and reschedule it so I could remake it, you know.
Okay. Thank you for telling me that. I'm not going to release you at this time. It looks like you were previously released to pretrial services and did not comply.
Man, I'm here the first of my life. They promised, what do you mean? The rest of the officers promised me that I'll be getting out.
Okay, well, they're not entitled to...
Man, fuck it, let's go then, bitch.
All right.
All right, I'm on the side.
Colt Workhoven, and then Daniel Jimenez, please. Good morning, sir. Please tell me your full name and your date of birth.
My name's Colt Workhoven, and it's 09/04/1995.
Thank you. I have you here on a new case. You're arrested on 2 allegations of shoplifting, which are Class 1 misdemeanors, 1 allegation of possession of drug paraphernalia, which is a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause to support those allegations, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. In that matter, you'll have court on February 4th at 8 o'clock in the morning in the El Mirage Municipal Court. You're also here on a warrant out of Maricopa County Superior Court for failing to appear at your court date. In that matter, you'll have court on February 6th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court, and you have a $500 bond. So your total bond between the 2 cases is $550 secured appearance. I'm also ordering that you comply with all of the written orders in your paperwork. Do you understand everything I've told you, sir?
If I can't afford my bond, what happens?
If you can't afford your bond, then you'll remain in custody until at least your next court date.
Okay, and then my next court date that I'll get released?
Not necessarily. You'll have to talk to your lawyer.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions?
No.
All right. Thanks, sir. You can step to your left. Daniel Jimenez, and then Carmen Coronado to the chair by the door, please. Good morning. Please tell me your full name and your date of birth.
Daniel Jimenez, December 3rd, 1997.
Thank you. I have you here on 3 probation violation matters. In each case, a petition to revoke your probation has been filed. I'm appointing you a lawyer, and you'll have court on February 3rd at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. In each matter, you have a $250 bond, so your total bond is $750 secured appearance. I'm also ordering that you comply with all of the written instructions in your paperwork, which will include that should you post your bond and be released, you need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release from custody. Do you understand everything I've told you, sir?
Yes.
Any questions?
No.
All right. Thanks, sir. You can step to your left. Carmen Coronado, and then Jeffrey Kennedy to the chair by the door, please. Good morning. Please tell me your full name and your date of birth.
Good morning. My name is Carmen Coronado Castro, and my date of birth, you said?
Yes, please.
It's September 27, 1989.
Thank you. I have you here on a new case. You are arrested on one allegation of shoplifting, a Class 6 felony. I have found probable cause to support that allegation, and I'm appointing you a lawyer. You'll have court on February 11th and February 13th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. I'm planning on releasing you in this matter to the supervision of pretrial services, which means you'll be released in this case and you're going to receive an envelope. That envelope will have instructions as to what you need to do in order to comply with pretrial services. It'll also have some useful things like a bus pass to help make sure that you can get to court. If you fail to comply or you fail to appear at your court dates, a warrant can issue for your arrest. Do you promise to go to your court date?
I promise.
All right, any questions?
I have a question. When I came in, I don't have a social security, so I know I might have an immigration hold, right?
I have no idea when it is that immigration is holding people and when they're not. So you'll have to talk to MCSO because they'll know if you have a hold keeping you here. I have no idea.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Go ahead and step to your left. Jeffrey Kennedy, and then Ambrea Ellington to the chair by the door, please. Good morning, sir. Please tell me your full name and your date of birth.
Jeffrey Kennedy, 1593.
Thank you, sir. I have you here on a warrant out of the East Mesa Justice Court for failing to appear at your court date there.
Yeah.
You'll have court on February 12th at 9 o'clock in the morning in the East Mesa Justice Court, and I'm planning to release you on your own recognizance, which means I'll release you as long as you promise to go to court and comply with the written orders in your paperwork. If you fail to do either one, a warrant can issue for your arrest. Do you promise to go to your court date?
I promise.
Any questions, sir?
No.
All right. Thank you, sir. You can step to your left. And Bria Ellington, and then Stephen Olivon to the chair by the door, please. Good morning. Please tell me your full name and your date of birth.
I'm Bria Ellington,